honestly, like, seeing that she started accusing me of sexual assault was like, I kind of laughed because it's like the the asexual girl who didn't even initiate anything, like,
The
assaulted you?
gall.
Like, what?
It's like, I want to know what I want to talk to Poppy. It'll never happen, right? Or the Liana Kersner person. Like, it'll never happen. But like, it would be so unbelievably interesting to have a conversation. Alrighty. Let's see where we're going today, folks. Because I think it's going to be an interesting one for everyone involved. Everyone who's been following all of the Poppy and Xena stuff. Poppy is going nuts on Twitter. Let's look up Poppy and Xena. Oh! Okay, I scrolled down off screen because I was scared of TOS. But you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if that would be considered TOS. What do you think, Nair? Do you think that that's considered TOS? Okay, chat, tell me. Is semi-nude shark furry pregnant art is that TOS on YouTube? Because I don't know. I genuinely don't. Oh man, it's so weird. I actually had to kind of rearrange the way I had my setup in the room here. I know it's nothing that you can see on screen, except for there might be a little bit more light on this side of the screen because I usually have something blocking the light from that window, but it feels so open over here. If I feel naked. Depends on how nude. Okay, I'm just going to give out a general content warning, okay? A general... Wait, hold on. This doesn't even give me the... I don't even know if I'm looking at the right... Because these are showing from April 6th. Okay, so here we can see a preview of the art. And here we can see the underside. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I had to suffer, so you guys have to suffer too. Okay. Pitying the results of love. Man, these people can't be real, dude. These people can't be real. I refuse. I actually refuse to believe that they're real. Damn it. I need to find a way. I need to find a way to either get unbanned or log in, like have my alt account on my desktop. I'm just scared that it's gonna like read the IP address and then I'm gonna get banned or some shit. Poppy Cub Soda? Dude, do they have art? Do they have furry art of all of these? Okay, let me see. I'll look on my phone here. Uh-oh, Poppy and Xena are actively 1 minute ago posting tweets. I'm just gonna scroll down and see what they're tweeting super quick. Oh, wait, hold on. This is up to date. Hold on, this is up to date. They're just retweeting all of their old shit. Okay. This is from 49 minutes ago. No thanks, you interviewed my rapist who has already admitted... Oh, wait, hold on. Does anybody remember... yesterday, that lady that we watched? She said that Zina and Poppy... I'm sorry, I'm saying the whole name of the account. They said that Poppy has never actually called it... or never called Noey a rapist, but this was 48 minutes ago. How can you undermine the one person standing you literally one day after they put out a video Well, obviously that lady was lying. Obviously that lady was sweeping for them super hard. But like, from the perspective of someone that is getting defended by the liar, why would you undermine the liar like this? Go with the lie. People, like, I've heard people say that these are Machiavellian, but they're not Machiavellian. They're just, okay? They're not Machiavellian. They're just, if they were Machiavellian, they'd be trying to find some way, somehow to run with one narrative. Jesus. That's right. Food shops. And if you don't stop talking about child porn, I'm going to be covering your dramas too. Watch your shit, food shops. They're just like, man, they really are popping off on Twitter constantly. Oh, is this the Sage person? Can someone actually, never mind. I don't know if I care enough. I know that Sage is like a whole big part of this entire affair. I can't be bothered to look into the many sexual exploits of Poppy. It does not interest me that much. And honestly, if I see too much more, I might pull a Xander Hall and vomit on stream. Okay? Jesus. Okay. The angel with scabbed wings. What does that mean, bro? Oh man, I love the like anime, like Final Fantasy VII type names that furries and, you know, autistic people on the internet will give themselves. Look at the name of her personal account. That's this one, right? The angel with the scabbed wings. I quit my job because I was given an ultimatum about being forced to go quiet about my... That's exactly what happened, Poppy. You know, I think... You know, the more I hear from this Poppy lady, the less there is to like. That might be a hot take, but the more I hear from her, the less there is to like. Angel with the Scabbed Wings is a line from a Marilyn Manson song about drug addiction. Isn't Marilyn Manson also a rapist? My girlfriend was super into him for a long time, but she stopped standing him because evidently he's like a rapist. I don't know. I never listened to that kind of music because I'm normal. But it's just kind of ironic, isn't it? Just a little bit. I also have not defamed anyone, as defamation would have to do harm, and the only person harmed in all of this was me. God, it would be so like, here's the thing. I've already decided that I'm going to reach out to the Liana person because there is a shadow of a chance that I could pull a conversation with her, right? But I've said this, like, even when I'm not covering drama topics, right? Like when I'm talking about politics, I sit there, I'm like, man, it would be so cool to just like sit down in a room with someone like, you know, like a Donald Trump or a, you know, Tim Pool, right? Because they say some insane shit and just like, okay, you know, sorry, nerd reference time. All right, we'll change the soy reference count to 8 here in a second. But like, we have cast a 3rd level spell, Zone of Truth. Let's go. All right, there are no lies here. I just want to know like where you're actually, like what you actually believe. Like what is the thought process here, right? And then like as soon as the Zone of Truth goes away, I'm not allowed to speak anything else about it. I'm not allowed, NDAs are signed. I just want to know what the is going on in these people's brains where they will go out in public and say shit like, Poppy is, I have not defamed anyone, as defamation would have to do harm. And the only person harmed in this was me. There is no reasonable person on the face of the planet, after reading everything that we have read And we've read a fraction of what there is to read about this situation. All right? There is no reasonable human being on the face of the earth that would ever look at what we read and say, you know what? I think Poppy is the victim. Also, defamation per se doesn't require proving special harm, and defamation per se includes sexual serious misconduct, so she is just wrong. Yeah, I know. Obviously, literally everything that I'm reading the first word here, Zena and Poppy. Everything Poppy says, everything Zena says for that matter, right? Everything the Liana person says are all like the most unbelievable cope responses to problems created out of their own actions. I highly doubt you could talk to them considering that group despises you. Yeah, exactly. Like I could never get a conversation with Poppy and Xena. Like I can recognize my own biases, and me as a person, I can put that shit aside just to like have a conversation. I'm not so heavily invested in this that I would like sit there and like go line by line through the documents and really hold her to task. Like I would just ask, from a very human place, do you think that this makes you look better? Do you think that you were actually sexually assaulted? Just have that kind of conversation. I know it would never happen. I know that people lie, believe it or not. There are people in this world that tell not truths. Yeah, let's get the discovery started. Yeah, give us all of your Discord logs for the past 2 years. Poppy would immediately find the nearest rope. Oh my God, can you imagine? Bro, also the prosecutor would also find the nearest rope shortly after diving into those, because holy shit. The author Melina says she's only published 1/2 of what she actually has. No shot. Again, I cannot bring myself to read all of the shit because the abuse stuff, I was never abused, right? So it's not like triggering per se, but it is like highly disgusting in a way that like I can't handle it. I like stories where the good guys win, and nobody wins in this. Everyone, obviously Poppy's not winning because she continues to talk about it. Okay. Obviously Poppy's not winning because all of her dirty laundry is being aired out there. Zena's not winning because she has a headache. The Liana person isn't winning because who the is she? Noey isn't winning because there is no win condition for Noey. Spawn is coming out on top of this because at least Spawn gets to get the away from them. I'm not winning because I had to see shit like this, and now I have to know that this exists in the real world. Someone has taken the time to put pen to paper and draw the line art and then color it in, and after all of that effort decide, you know what? I want people to know this was my work. Nobody wins in this situation, okay? How much do you think Poppy paid for that? Bro, any answer would make me mad. Because if it was a low amount, it would make me mad that the artist went through with drawing that for them. And if it was a lot, then I would be really pissed that someone got that amount of money to create that monstrosity. And then name it. What was it? The Results of Love. Bro, I feel the gorge rising in my throat right now. I actively, right this second, it's rising. Okay, we were supposed to do something on stream today. Let me go ahead while we're sitting and chatting and just memeing it up. I'll pull that up on the other screen over here. How are you guys doing today? Better, worse than when we started? Oh, a Young Scrolls song that I've never heard? Excuse me? All right, enough of that. What the fuck is his name? Oh, look at that. Victor Burns. Okay. Now that I have that image not burned into my retinas, actively burned into my retinas at least, we're going to watch, what is this? It's NoehFlake. I'm sorry, NoehFlake, talking about their experience with Zena and Poppy, bro. Oh, man. Whoa. Finally breaking her silence. I like to give my visceral reaction. I'm sure you guys like that too. But not today, because holy shit, I could not help myself. And I was not disappointed. There's some shit in the second half of this conversation that's absolutely buck wild. I have literally never heard of this Victor Burns guy before. He only has 250 subscribers. I'm one of them. And I guess it just goes to show that if you ask, maybe you can pull a conversation with just about anyone, including the victim of that is central to a fairly large drama. So good for this guy.
Yeah, it worked for me.
Okay, let me make sure I can hear everything okay. I'm running off a speaker bar, so there might be a little bit of an echo in the background. Let me fix that.
There's definitely an echo.
I gotta get my old speakers hooked back up. All right, hi, hello.
Hi.
Hi. So, how's your Sunday going?
Well, I might have to periodically mute for the world's most violent and horrible cough, but like I'm alright.
Oh, not feeling super great, huh?
Oh no, it's terrible.
That is unfortunate. If you need to, that's fine. If you need to jump off at any time, just let me know. And I only have like a few questions. That's all.
Yeah, it's fine. Like
I
I'm
just wanted to
entirely
clarify a
fine
few
other
things.
than like the cough from hell.
I guess Manson bragged he settled cases for pennies on the dollar. Well, you know, it doesn't affect me none, because I've never listened to his music literally ever in my life until I started dating my girlfriend. But then all that stuff came out and she doesn't listen to him anymore. So I never really had to suffer through it.
Which takes all the wind out of me for a couple minutes, and then like that's it. Everything else is like, all right.
Okay, that's completely fine. So if you're if you want to introduce yourself to the stream or whatever, that's completely fine.
Hi, I'm NoehFlake. I'm an author, I guess, sort of aspiring author.
Mm-hmm.
I dated Poppy and dealt with Zena.
Dated Poppy.
Dealt with Zena. Oh man, there's one right there for the headache counter. All right, Zena was just gifted 1 point of headache damage right there.
Cool. So when did you how did you meet Poppy and Xena? How did that come about?
I ended up meeting Poppy because she was talking, like she made a thread at one point about talking about bottom surgery stuff, and it's been something that I've wanted for a long time. So I was like, hey, just asking a couple questions.
Okay.
And that's kind of like where I met her. And then of course she did what she normally does apparently, and she moved to DMs and pushed it to be very flirty and sexual, which, I didn't know who the hell she was.
Okay, so you didn't initiate any flirtatious conversation or sexual conversation with her. She was the one who initiated.
I mean that's her general MO is to like try and any trans women, just try and get them in the DMs and be flirty with them.
And you guys were you two were talking for what, a couple months? When did
it was like a month or two maybe in like DMs.
When did the conversation shift to visiting, like actually doing a real life meet?
A real life meet, I think, was like a couple months in to actually like dating.
Okay. The audio is kind of low. Gotcha. Let's see what we can do to fix that.
She wanted, like, she kind of packaged it along with like a, hey, come along and I'll get you a consultation, like sign up for a consultation, and since it's here local, like you could just come and visit for a week and then I'll take you down to it and stuff like that.
Was it I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Was it like, was it just like a casual mention of that, or did it seem like it was like
How's it
ultra,
going,
like,
Naomi R?
At what point did it start to get like ultra pushy? You know, like,
I mean,
did you
it was
start
like
to feel
a
like you were
casual
being pressured?
suggestion, and I was just like, well, I don't have the money for that. And then she's like, okay, well, like I'll pay for it, and then you can just like fly over here and you can visit, and we can do the consultation then and whatever. And it's like, okay.
Listen, hey guys, if you are ever talking to someone on the internet, they're being flirty with you, and then they offer to pay for something very expensive for you, they want to, and they are bad news, and you should block them immediately. Never try to meet up with someone off of it. Like, listen, I have internet friends that I met up with in real life. All right. I have internet friends that I've met up with in real life, had very good friendships with those people. I have never, ever once in my life. Well, I've never been, listen, I'm a guy. All right. So I don't have to deal with this. But like, if someone were to message me at any point in my life and offer to fly me somewhere that I really wanted to go, if someone wanted to, you know, like invite me to go to a concert or something, I was like, I don't really have money to like go over there, right? I don't know where I would stay. And they're like, oh, you can stay with me, haha. And I've only known them for 4 months online, and like their opening lines to me were sexual. It would be an immediate block. Is that why you blocked me when I sent you your GPU? Yeah, exactly. Which is why, like, you know, I give you just a little bit of, you know, me time, you know, quality time when I'm on stream. I allow you to be in stream chat, but, you know, I'm not going to read your DMs, all right? You see? But, like, the idea that you would say, oh, yeah, you just want to, like, fly me out and you're willing to pay for my travel. And I'm sorry, when they say consultation, I forget what they were talking about. Is this about, like, were they offering to buy her bottom surgery?
Like ultra pushy. You know, like,
I mean,
did you
it was
start
like
to
When is the last time you shaved? I trimmed my beard right before stream.
feel like you were
casual
being pressured?
suggestion, and I was just like, well, I don't have the money for that. And then she's like, okay, well, like I'll pay for it, and then you can just like fly over here and you can visit, and we can do the consultation then and whatever. And it's like, okay. It seemed a little weird, but like, I guess.
Okay. So by consultation, what do you mean by consultation?
Oh, like a consultation's like a first appointment, like you go there, you do the paperwork and whatever, and then you kind of just leave. Like I already went through the consultation. It was literally like I drove 7.5 hours to get to Detroit just for them to like literally shake my hand and was like, "Here's some papers. All right, bye." And it was like 10 minutes. I'm not even kidding.
What was this? What was this for exactly?
Bottom surgery.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. I'm a little.
Yeah. Like the first appointment, they basically for legal reasons can't do it over the phone because they need to ask a lot of like personal and private information, so you have to do it in person.
Okay, I see. All right. So
Yeah.
your thing was you were going to go up there to do bottom or to begin the process.
Yeah.
And while there, you were going to meet up with Poppy and I don't know if Zena was in the picture at this time, but you were at the very least.
I mean, technically Zena's in the picture, but it was a case of like Poppy wanted me to spend a week with them, and like the beginning of that week was going to be me doing my consultation and whatever, and then like hanging out with them for a week. That was the whole plan of everything going on.
Oh, okay, okay. And what ended up happening with?
I like. Maybe I'm just abnormal in it. Is it like a normal thing to meet someone on the internet, know them for less than 2 months, and then like be chill with the idea after talking with them sexually of staying with them? Am I the weird one? Or is that not the most buck wild, dangerous shit you've ever heard in your entire life? If she's going to pay for the hole to be made, she's damn well going to be the first to use it. Jesus Christ. Bro, that's brutal.
With that, like, that just didn't like happen?
Oh, I mean, it got set up like because my consultation was set up in January, like around my birthday, and so like the relationship just didn't last that long.
Oh, okay.
Like I ended up breaking up with him like before that could even happen. So like I still had the consultation appointment and I still went. But I was broken up with Poppy by the time that happened.
Okay. So most of the information that I have is from these leaks and stuff. So a couple of questions that like I'm curious about, and I'd like to know if you would be able to clarify for this.
No, probably.
Poppy claims to have DID, correct?
She claims to have OSDD, which is like DID, but it's kind of like when you don't fall into like, I think there's 4 or 5 different kinds of DID, and then there's just like the other category where it's like you just don't fall into any of the specific things of like the main ones, and then this is just the other.
Okay.
Wait, what was the name of the? Hold on, I can look at this. You have the ability to actually rewind a little bit.
When you don't fall into like, I think there's like
to have DID, correct?
She claims to have OSDD, which is like
OSDD. Other I can't speak. Other specified dissociative disorder. Having chronic dissociative symptoms such as identity alteration, but the alteration and separation between identities is not as severe as in DID. There may be identity disturbance, but not the presence of clearly separated parts or amnesia. Wait, I'm sorry. Does this line up with the way that Poppy... Wait, hold on. Does this line up at all with the way that Poppy presents with her DID, OSDD, whatever the... Because there are clearly defined personalities. I think the only one that's not like super clearly defined is the sentinel person. There are subtypes. It's not me graping the animal. It's Eduardo. Man, poor Eduardo. He just can't catch a break, can he?
Like DID, but it's kind of like when you don't fall into like, I think there's 4 or 5 different kinds of DID, and then there's just like the other category where it's like you just don't fall into any of the specific things of like the main ones, and then this is just the other.
Okay.
Even if creepy, it's not behavior by deception is a up concept. I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean it's a up concept? I mean, you can someone by deception, I think. I don't really care that much about that part of the conversation here, but like I can see arguments for it at the very least, right? Like if you misrepresent who you are to someone and then you have sex with them and they would have never consented to you having sex with them if they knew who you actually were, you know. Yeah, the old switcheroo. Like that's incredibly up, and I can see an argument for being considered, but that whole conversation doesn't even need to be brought up because Poppy was never deceived. The only thing that happened was Poppy was mad that Noey or NoehFlake had the gall to break up with her after they had sex. She consents to sleep with Destiny, goes in a dark room, and it's actually Darius. Bro, what an actually, like, horrible fate. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Like, holy shit. Sex isn't a transaction. It's up, but not at best. It's theft. You know, I've been saying that, like, it's probably it's probably kind of shitty for people on YouTube chat to not be able to see the kick chat, but in this instance, I feel like they're actually coming out on top.
So from what I was seeing, it was like when she would talk to you on Discord, she would use like emojis to like she would put an emoji to tell you which one of the altars are.
Yeah, it's the way to keep track of her different altars and everything like that. She does it a little differently than I do, but yeah.
Okay, is there when you like talk to her on Discord, would she be like one altar in one line and then like switch to another altar on the next line or the next couple of lines? Did it seem like she was quick switching between altars at all?
She quick switches between them. But it's whenever she uses like another emoji. Like she does, the way that she tends to, like, it's written out is when she'll use an emoji for like the switch, and then every line after that until there's another emoji is that altar.
Yeah, because I saw some of the screenshots. It looked like she would go one line and then another altar literally on the next line.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you saw my stream. I was talking to someone who is a little more familiar with DID. Again, I don't know anything about DID or any of the other
stuff. OSDD. Like, I don't think it's straight up DID, but like I do have like at least OSDD. And I know my system works a little differently than some.
No. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is fair, right? But let's say that like instead of like you know what? Actually, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not gonna get one guide by someone arguing about something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I mean, it has something to do with what we're talking about. It's just like Poppy wasn't, so we don't have to like get into the minutia of whether that by deception happened. Okay. I really want to know if Poppy switches in person. Here's what I want to know. If Poppy is switching line by line, you know, like sentence by sentence and in text, why have we ever seen any of her alters come out on stream? Like ever? That would be super. I want to see what all these different alters sound like. I want to see if they have different accents. Is one of them Scottish? Yeah, because she live streams. I don't feel like, how could anyone believe that happens? Also, like, from what I understand, DID is something that only comes around through extreme trauma early on in life. And supposedly the alter egos are supposed to be something that arise as a result of that trauma. And they're supposed to be like defending the main persona or whatever the right? But like these don't seem to be protecting Poppy so much as like helping her get laid. Did I remember to start with a land acknowledgement? I don't know what that means. Like, for example, Ethan Klein used to try and edit out his bad tics from his Tourette's in his videos before he started his podcast. But you can't do that when you're alive. Ooh. Good point. My favorite is the simple country lawyer headmate. Wait, what are you talking about? Is one of Poppy's alters like a country bumpkin? Like, it ain't much, but it's good work. I help people settle their land disputes. It's not real, but the fact that you thought it was is revealing. Listen, it could be anything. It could be anything. Yeah, I don't think that the country lawyer would make sense because, you know, no Discord kid is going to get turned on by a country lawyer headmate. It's only those, you know, tiger shark date sharks with psychedelic pussy juice that really get the Discord kittens going, okay?
That I've met, but
Yeah,
I've met a lot of different systems, and hers is bizarre.
I'm not going to speak for you or anybody else, but I don't know too much, but I'm sort of in disbelief that she actually has anything because of this. Like, I'm very suspicious.
Trust me, I'm suspicious too. Obviously, like, you know, I don't know.
Switching like that,
I don't know her story like that, and I do know systems that will seamlessly switch around, but the way that she presents it and stuff is very strange.
Yeah. Like,
you know, it would be really interesting, like seeing as like someone who allegedly also has DID. Like, I don't want to like shit on Noey. I'm gonna shit on Poppy for her DID because I don't believe that she has it. Number one. Number two, I barely believe that it's a real disease. So yeah, Noey has OSDD and is suspicious of saying a lot. Yeah, exactly. Like, wouldn't it be interesting, like, someone from their community, of course, like, in order for this to happen, someone in their community would have to have a thought for themselves and would have to, you know, actually, like, think and, like, have a picogram of curiosity about the people that they watch. But, like, someone in good faith, of course, coming forward and saying, hey, Poppy, I'm really sorry all of this horrible stuff is happening to you. But this stuff with DID, have you ever, you know, had a dissociative episode? Has Penny or Pepper or Polly Pocket or whoever the else, there's Penny, Pepper. I don't remember the rest of them. Sentinel is my favorite, okay? Have any of these guys ever shown up on stream? Have you ever gotten like stressed on stream and it like caused you to dissociate and like, you know, it just like led to something horrible like that happening on stream? if she doesn't answer, or if she like says no, that's never happened, that's kind of a little bit weird, right? He called out one of the, I don't know who the cult, I don't even know how to say that, and I'm scared I'm gonna accidentally say a slur, but called out these cult guys for faking Tourette's, and it was funny. I could have sworn you said I have DID. I'm going to assume I am having delusions. That's actually one of your alters that's lying to you and tricking you right now. And we've been scared to tell you, Sieg, but you should see a doctor about this.
It seemed like
I'll leave it at that. At least in my opinion.
it seemed
I
like
can't say whether
TikTok
she does or not,
DID
but
to
it's
me.
very strange.
It seemed a lot like TikTok style DID to me. Is the closest I can compare that to. Like people who have gotten caught. Like I don't want to say faking it because again I don't know everything about DID and I don't want to like put my foot in my mouth.
Yeah.
But it is very very suspicious to me.
She claims to have an official diagnosis, but I mean, she claims.
Also, can we just like comment for a second? I don't know who this guy is. He has 250 subscribers. He has a bag over his head. But like, can we all just like a simple round of applause? A simple round of applause for this guy's amazing radio voice. Like he sounds like a sportscaster, doesn't he? Yeah, Sieg has an alter from all the trauma that I have subjected him to over the years of him watching my stream, where he's developed DID in order to protect himself, and I am his alter.
To be an expert in a lot of things that she doesn't know the first thing about.
Did no one else besides this guy think to reach out to Noe? I had thought about it, but I have this weird thing as a content creator that absolutely inhibits me from ever growing, where I hate reaching out to people for anything. I find it ultra cringy. Wait till Sondsol finds his alt accounts. That's where those screenshots of me saying the N-word came from. Fuck. I get to tell everyone, no, sorry. It was just my Discord mod's alter ego that is also me. Aw, shucks. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I have this thing where I have a bunch of connections with people, and I have lines of communications with people that you probably wouldn't expect because of the size of my channel. But I never reach out to those people because it feels so unbelievably giga cringe to ask to come onto someone's show or, to have them onto my show when it I don't know. Like if they want to talk to me, like that feels great. Oh yeah, you want to talk to me? Yeah, 100%. We can have a conversation. Do I want to talk to these people? Yeah, 100%. But like as a small creator begging people to come on, it feels bad, Also, this person was like arguably by Poppy, okay? So like there's a little bit of weirdness there. Yeah, Vosh should have just said he had a horse altar that really likes goblins and children.
So I don't, I don't know what she has or what she doesn't have for real.
Right.
Okay, last chat I'm going to read, but then we need to listen to some of this, okay? It's been, what? We've been watching this for 30 minutes and we're 10 minutes into it. Is there a reason you wanted to cover this drama? Yeah, because I hate Poppy and Xena.
So what was the she keeps going on about this one big rule. What was the specific rule when it comes to that she had when it comes to polyamorous relationships and things about metamors, I guess?
Oh god.
Like can you tell me specifically what her rule was?
So what she told me at not really at the beginning, but like she kind of ended up telling me at one point that like some of Zena's old partners abused her in some way or like physically abused her, and I like no one knows what this story is about because like there's never more information than that.
Mm-hmm.
But like according to her, like some of Zena's old partners or like an ex-partner abused Poppy, and therefore Poppy doesn't like to deal with or hear about any metamors whatsoever for the entire relationship.
Now, it seemed like she was
also,
phrasing that as sexual.
Doesn't seem to care about telling you about.
Okay, so this is the first like big thing that I had never heard before listening to this. When has anyone else ever claimed this? When has anyone else ever like pointed this out or like literally anything along these lines, like as an explanation why you know, Poppy wants a harem and not, you know, actual polyamorous relationship. Does any has this ever been spoken about in public? Maybe not the whole story, but like just like that is the case. Has anyone else said that that is something that Poppy has told them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Is there anything? Because this is the first time I've heard this shit. What the fuck does abuse even mean anymore? When someone says abuse, I have no idea whether they mean they were beaten within an inch of their life daily or if a stranger tried to ask for directions. True. Has she said this before Noey came into the picture? I don't know. This is the first time I had ever heard it when I listened to this for the first time. So, but evidently, Poppy is actually just like, so she's like, you know, she's like Shadow the Hedgehog when she finds out that her partner, someone abused you, kitten. Oh, that makes me so angry. I fly into a rage when I think of anyone hurting you. I'll kill him. Like, that's how, listen, this is how it comes off to me. All right. Keanu's going to play Shadow the Hedgehog. I think that you're lying to me. It was brought up in one of the Google Docs. If you can tell me which Google Doc that was so that we can look at it, because I have a repository of all of these documents.
Her metamors, like, you know, her other partners, like
it's true. Okay, well, hold on. Let's look at some of the ones that we've never seen here. We've seen the Noey. That's the Noey doc. It definitely wasn't part 1. Oh, damn it. I actually, you know what? I totally lost the rest of those goddamn documents. Hey, listen, if somebody has access to those documents or can get them to me easily, link them to me in the Discord, okay?
she will freely tell you about like all of her different partners and stuff. To a point. She hides a lot of her relationships from people.
Okay.
I actually went most of my relationship without knowing that she had another girlfriend. So that was the thing.
R.I.P. Sondsol,
like,
true.
she doesn't want to hear about any partners whatsoever. You are hers and hers alone in her mind.
Right. I saw a video when I was on Friday when I was doing stuff about her talking about the whole mine thing. And yeah, that is, to me, that's very suspicious behavior, but like, or that's very like selfish behavior, but that's.
So this is something that I found out later. She's talked about it to other people, but she likes to practice what's called triangulation. And if you look up triangulation on Google, like, it is absolutely a narcissistic practice of basically just keeping all your partners in the dark from each other and like giving them no information about each other and anything like that. Like, it's like a super abusive like manipulation tactic of like controlling a whole bunch of relationships at once.
You said called triangulation?
It's called triangulation. It's
triangulation narcissism. Let's read the Narcissistic Abuse Rehab.com center. Wait, remember she said she wanted Noey to move in? Wait, did she want her to move in? Bro, this is why, listen, I've had one relationship in my entire life that started offline or started online, okay? But it's not like I was dating them online, right? We were friends online. We met up in real life. We hung out several times, and then we ended up dating, all right? I feel like the biggest red flag in the entire world, not to be like, you know, boomer or Gen X mom, right? Like, never meet anyone, never tell anyone your name on the internet. Everyone's out there to you. But like, I cannot fathom with the amount of shit that I've seen in the short amount of time that I've been, you know, active on the internet, right? Bro, I would never, ever, ever recommend a single human being on the face of the planet, even though there are some people that have totally happy, healthy relationships and they met on Facebook or some shit, or they met on IMVU, whatever the right? Even though there are some happy couples like that, I think the risk greatly outweighs the reward. There is just like so much. I'm not saying they're going to murder you, but dude, it is just like such a cesspool on every single website. Why the are there so many streamers? Why the are there so many chatters who are in Discord relationships? I can't imagine it. I just literally, I cannot fathom how that could be meaningful. Sorry if that's how your relationship is. I personally cannot imagine having a meaningful relationship that only is being communicated through Discord, right? If you guys ever watched Twitch Politics and you were there for the Prime Kai stream, okay, you know what I'm talking about. Like 8 hours sitting there on Discord talking about how much they love each other or whatever yeah, Prime versus Dylan. Like sitting there talking to each other about how much we love each other for 8 hours on, like, that's not a date. That's like one step away from like playing Overwatch with your girlfriend in the same, no, not even in the same room. Like it can't be meaningful, or at least I couldn't have a meaningful relationship like that. Okay. Plus you're like only able to like do like e-sex. I'm sorry. Discord relationships aren't real. That's my hot take for the day. Sorry. What is triangulation in psychology? 1 second. Let's zoom in. This is kind of small. Triangulation involves the narcissist intentionally introducing a third party, such as an ex-partner, a friend, or family member, into the relationship. The third party serves as a tool for the narcissist to create a sense of competition, jealousy, and insecurity within the victim. Because they compared the victim to the third party, the narcissist is effectively the third party may be brought in as a messenger, agent, or confidant, known as a flying monkey, or presented as an idealized object that triggers feelings of inferiority in the victim, sometimes called the narcissistic person's new supply, i.e. their new source of validation. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Zena seems like the flying monkey here. Does she not? Or they not? Do they not see me? You know what I mean? Interesting. I picked up a girl on MySpace 18 years back. Just cold messaging local girls? You lunatic, dude. You're the guy that has a shed in the back with like 18 scene girls from 2003 buried under the floorboards, aren't you? You nasty. Poppy has a bunch of flying monkeys, I guess. Yeah, the entirety of the Discord, okay? Poppy is a goon. Zena is the true villain. They both are like evil in their own respective ways, in my opinion. Personally, that's my opinion. Poppy seems less malicious and more. It's like a different level of. I feel like there's a lot more thought put into it on Zena's part than on Poppy's part. I think Poppy is literally just like, I receive sensory input, I react, right? Like in PC, the only thoughts that are going on in there are come related. Like that's the only things that are going on in Poppy's brain, right? And Zena, the reason that I feel like she is, or they are, sorry guys, they are more whatever, calculated about it, is Zena's just like moving pieces around like, I gotta help satisfy all the goonery for Poppy. Poppy needs to goon, so I gotta make sure that Poppy is able to goon. Like, oh no, I have a headache, but like Poppy's got a goon right now, so I'm gonna go sit in the cuck chair while Poppy gets face by Noey. Like dude, yeah, that's the way I'm reading the whole situation so far.
Like just reading about it feels gross, but it feels very accurate to what she does with all of her relationships.
Is that a polyamory thing?
No, it is a narcissistic thing.
Well,
it's an abuser, like a narcissistic abuser thing.
I was looking up triangulation and polyamory. It's like often occurs when a person repeatedly vents or complains about one partner to another. And then they are dismayed when the two partners don't get along. Tends to freeze conflict. Okay, yeah, that's something I'll check out.
Yeah.
When did you decide? Like when was your decision that like you just didn't want to be a part of the relationship anymore?
It all started kind of going downhill at around like, I would say month 2, but like definitely by month 3 because it was only like 4 months long.
This was November?
Zena feels like the primary driver behind Spawn's ordeal. Oh yeah, 100%. Which is why I think that Zena, at first I thought Zena was just like along for the ride, reading the first, like, yeah, they're helping with everything. They're like a little bit malicious, but like they're kind of along for the ride, right? And even in this, no, actually, no. In this, you'll hear some like crazy shit from Zena too. But like Zena was like actual demon to Poppy's kid. Okay, Zena was an actual like ghoul. What the is wrong with Zena? Again, the Spawn document broke me. I couldn't read any more documents past that. That shit was actually so disgusting to me that I couldn't do anymore. Now I can laugh about oh no, I was because they broke up with me. Like I can laugh about, but bring child abuse into it, and I am out of there. Okay, but you know what I mean. But Poppy as Spawn's legal parent is also. Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna Poppy is not absolved of literally anything. Just like Poppy takes the cake in the sexual weird exploitation shit, and Zena takes the cake in the weird family dynamic shit. All right, but they're both involved in all of it, of course.
The relationship was definitely burning out for me, and I wasn't getting any time to myself or time to do anything that I wanted to do. She was basically literally cannibalizing every ounce of time that I had, and I was staying up later and getting less sleep and stuff. And it was absolutely burning me out, to a point where it wasn't sustainable. My other relationships were starting to suffer and stuff like that, so I was just I'm just gonna be. It's I was trying to make it to January. I was literally doing everything I could and trying to be hey, maybe we should shelve some of these difficult topics and everything like that, and maybe we should stop trying to literally in every conversation bring up this thing that keeps setting you off. Maybe we should just chill out for a little bit and get to January. And she couldn't even do that. Literally every
Sieg. Wait, hold on. Sieg says that they get a migraine every time someone eats their peanut butter, but this is Sieg's peanut butter jar right here. I understand why you get a migraine. I would get a headache too because I can't goon. I can't goon. You ruined the whole.
Every time that we talk, it'd be some sort of problematic or difficult topic. She just kept bringing it up.
And when did you officially tell her that you were just done? You didn't want to be in anything of a relationship with her anymore? Because from what I read, it was near Christmas, Christmas Eve.
It was the day before Christmas Eve or something like that. Whatever that weekend was. I didn't even want them to come down. I was just just go away, basically. I'm over it. I'm done.
What was Poppy's reaction to that?
Well, it switched over to all of her different altars, one after the other, as she was trying to do the same thing that she does every single time that there was any difficult situation. Is she literally cycles through all of her altars, trying to shout at me and then beg at me and then plead with me, and then round and round and round and round. They just keep going until they try and wear you down. It's literally what she did multiple.
They're also super open about their medical shit. It's crazy. I haven't seen anything about medical treatments for these migraines besides physical therapy. That's because theory time, this is not a legal statement, and this is all just being thrown out there for someone to fact check me because it's probably false. Okay, but and I don't know anything about government entitlements or government assistance for people that have disabilities. So wee woo. It's this is speculation mode. I think they're doing some kind of disability scam. Okay, because I don't think that Zena wants to work. I think that Poppy enjoys doing the therapy stuff. So Poppy's going to work. Otherwise, if she didn't like the therapy work, she would also be scamming the government out of disability payments. I genuinely think that. I cannot fathom living for years, decades with chronic migraines that you cannot, that you that completely disabilitate or debilitate, not disabilitate, debilitate you, whatever the word is, completely you up. You can't do anything. And it could be like, oh no, I smelled a candle that was too strong, or oh no, someone was cooking in the kitchen and it was loud and there were smells. And it's like, man, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have made it to 30. Like, Zena is older than me, I think, right? I'm 28. I wouldn't make it to 30 if that was my life and there was no cure. There was no medication that could take the edge off. There was no way to make it stop hurting. I wouldn't make it to 30. If that was my life, there would be no living. However, Zena seems pretty content with their life. Do they not? I mean, I saw a photo of a guy from the Civil War that got shot in the forehead, right in between the goddamn eyes. He had a big old divot, and it was buckshot out of a musket, and he survived somehow, and he had daily pain from the second he woke up to the second that he went to sleep. And he wasn't like so put upon that he couldn't work. He like had a shop. I read an article last night, guys. All right. I'm not just naturally this smart. All right. I don't just know all these things. I read something about this last night. But like, can you imagine this guy like literally had his brains blown out the back of his head, was able to like recover enough to where he didn't die of sepsis in the 1800s, and he still lived a full life. But Zena has a headache with all of the advances of modern medicine and can't work at McDonald's? Press X to doubt. That's all I'm saying.
Multiple times throughout the relationship, and she would just keep cycling through them, and like you would kind of like need to comfort one of them because the other ones are upset or something like that.
Everything on stream is an act. What we saw in the documents are their true selves. I mean, there are very few people in this space or just like online generally that I have talked to or met that act the same on stream as they do off stream. Very, very few, actually. I would not doubt that literally 100% of the way that they even the way that they word their opinions or what their actual opinions are on stream vastly are just like completely disaligned with their real life takes. Whenever I do meet someone or like I have talked to someone enough to where like, okay, I get the feeling this is actually who you are, right? I generally try to, stay in contact with those people or like maintain at least a professional relationship with those people, because holy shit, the amount of people that turn out like this, okay, that turn out like Lady Diabolique, is just, there's too high of a ratio in this space. It's weird as shit, I believe that, but I think they take the whole caregiver role as an act. Is what I meant. My bad. What do you mean? The whole care. Oh, do you think that like they? I'll let. But before I put words in your mouth, I'll let you go ahead and explain that, and I'll just read it, and we'll keep on listening.
And then she would just keep going and going. I described it as a whirlpool because that's what it felt like.
Mm-hmm. Like being caught in a tornado, almost.
Yeah. It was like an emotional abuse tornado, and it just like kept happening.
Mm. So yeah, from what I was reading of all of the screenshots, I don't know who the screenshots came from. I'm guessing they came from you, right?
Yeah, they all came from me.
Okay.
Oh, to trans kids. I got you.
It seemed like you over those past few is it accurate to say over those past few days, since you let Poppy know that you weren't interested anymore after everything that happened, which it seemed like that started from you just mentioning from what it looked like, she asked you what your plans were, and you told her that you were going out with I believe it's somebody by the name of Sora, literally for a morning date or whatever.
Well, yeah,
and that was
I told her,
the whole.
Well, okay, so
that seemed to be where everything exploded.
The last time that I had a morning date with somebody, I told her that I was gonna have a date in the morning and whatever, and she made the largest deal about it that I've ever seen anyone make about just me spending 4 hours of time with somebody. So this time,
if you cannot handle your partners, other people, stay in a monogamous relationship. if you can't handle, if you want, listen, or just be Andrew Tate and say, I have a one-way open relationship. I can whoever I want, but you're only going to suck my. Just go full Andrew Tate. That's so much more respectable than all this like, oh, but like, I just feel so bad when I find out that my partners have other partners because one of my partners was abused, allegedly. And I just like get so mad because I imagine the abuse that my other partner had. So but like, I suck it all day with this person, this person, this person, this person, and this person. But like, don't tell me about who you're going on a morning date with, please. It's just insufferable. For the love of God, just like be a player or be a monogamous person, but don't do all this cope shit about like, oh, well, I have boundaries that make it to where I can't hear about my open relationship partner other people literally ever. Like, shut the up. Yeah, just lean into the polygamy. Become a Mormon, all right? Become the first trans Mormon, and you could play into that niche so hard. Can you imagine the grift that you could do as a Mormon trans polygamous person? Bro, that would be Giga Chad. Yeah, just be Andrew Tate and have a sex dungeon. At least that's more respectable, all right? It's more illegal, all right? It's still immoral, but it's at least more respectable than whatever the they're doing, okay?
I didn't tell her that it was a date. I just told her that I had plans that were going to
More
start
woman,
at around,
shut the up.
and I was still talking to her because the plans like hadn't started yet or whatever. Like the person, basically, Sora just hadn't woken up yet. And like, then she just kept, you can see it on the screen. Like she kept asking me what was my plans? What was my plans?
I'm gonna screen share it with you.
You know, the plan should be starting soon and whatever. And then she got super pissed off because I basically was like, it's a date with Sora.
Yeah. And she asked, like, literally, she said, so this is what
what I also love about the screenshots is not only did this ask, like, hey, what are you doing this morning? Like, I only kept you up for like 14 hours last night, continually being a pathetic fat in chat in our DMs. Oh, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Oh, I know you're saying that you love me. I just want to make sure that you love me because like I'm always scared that people don't love me. Do you love me? Like you're this pathetic sad sack in DMs for like 14 hours, right? And Noey is obviously not into it. They go to sleep for 6 hours and then you message them, hey cutie, what are you doing this morning? Oh, you know, just some things. Yeah, but like what? I'm interested to hear about your day. Oh, you know, I just going out, you know, hanging out, you know, but like what? Like, do you really want to know? I'm going on a date with this person that you know that I'm dating. Excuse the out of me. I know I didn't just hear that out of you, you stupid little. You have the gall to someone other than me. Like that's like what this comes off as, you know? Are there any leaked DMs between them and their Discord kittens? I mean, there's at least one set of DMs that are leaked so far. But again, like there could be so much more logs that are out there and everybody knows about that I don't. But again, there's something about me and it's super soy. And I don't know what part of me is the soy part. But like when I read someone get like an emotional train ran on them, dogpiled by 18 alter egos, and then a bed blob headache woman or them. You know what? I'm going to they already think I'm transphobic. I'm just going to fuck up and I'm not going to care about it. Okay. But like there's the woman on the bed with a headache also contributing to the emotional train being run on you. Like reading that shit's like actually disgusting to me. And it like is like gets a rise out of me. And then reading the child abuse one was like really up to me and I couldn't handle that, right? It's like that's the soy part of me. Like I want the bad guys to have bad things happen to them. That's what I want. All right, I want justice to be done. And it's never going, like, in the real world, what is anyone going to do, sue them? So I couldn't read anymore. So there's very likely, if you guys want to link me something in the Discord, again, like I have the Discord open over here on my. Oh, look at that! There is Abusive Hypocrites Part 2. I was just in the mod chat by accident. Also, it's weird that Poppy would tweet this out on a shared account with her FaveFab partner. Trans women experience more misogyny these days than AFAB women. True. Oh shit, bro, that's pretty brutal. But yeah. See, like this is how many is this one? 239 pages, and this is part 2. We read part 1. All right. We read part 1. I neither have the patience nor the like constitution. Oh, you know what? There might be some not safe for work shit in here. I'm not clicking on it. I'm not scrolling down. You and Star both struggle with Zena. No, I struggle with both of them. Like the stuff with Poppy and Noey was like demonic, disgusting, subhuman behavior. Are you cool with Stardust? Yeah, I'm cool with Stardust. I have some criticisms of some of her content, just as anyone might. But as a person, she's all right. We're in some group chats. We're chill. I'd hang out with her. No, I mean the pronouns. Listen, this is something that for me is, this is super off topic. When it comes to like pronouns and stuff, I'm definitely working on it. I don't have that hard of a time seeing trans women as women, right? I've never unintentionally or intentionally misgendered most trans women, right? Unless they've like started transitioning yesterday, right? Like it's really not hard for me, right? Even people that I hate, like Demon Mama, it's very difficult for me to see like a previous man there, right? Poppy, it's very difficult for me to see a previous man there, right? Very natural for me to call them she, her. When it comes to like they, thems, like it's the polite thing to do. It's, you know, it makes them feel good. But like me, is it very difficult when a they, them is presenting in the most feminine way possible, or if it's a guy, they, them, right? If you're presenting in this extremely gendered way, how the this is why I think that the social construction around gender, yeah, actually, you know what? I'm not going to get into that. I don't care about the conversation about trans people right now. I was about to go into my diatribe. Took my Vyvanse. Now I'm really talkative. I have to watch it through Stardust at this point. I'm too lazy to read it all. Yeah, I can't sit there and do this. Like Stardust, I think she has, this is one of those mild criticisms I have of Stardust. She has the like right here on her screen or some shit, the fucking ADD TikTok Subway Surfers videos. I think that's giga cringe. I don't know if she's doing it ironically or not, but even if it's ironic, I can't handle it. It's yeah, that's one that I'll never get behind. I don't think it's is something I will ever call someone. Okay, what were we doing? Oh yeah, this one.
I was trying to clarify. When she says she doesn't want to hear about metamors, does she mean at all or sexually?
Yes.
Because what she was saying was, it seemed like sexually.
At all, but she will ask about that. Like she will poke and prod until she.
Oh yeah. Also, by the way, I'm looking over at the YouTube stream and I see that we have 20 viewers, but we only have 10 likes on the stream. Guys, like the stream. It brings more people into the chat for you guys to interact with. It's super helpful for me. It's super helpful for you guys. It's just a win-win all around. Please, let's bump those likes up. There's twice as many people as there are likes. Bump them up. All right. We need those likes. Also, if you guys want to become members, if you guys want to donate any money to me, I'm moving across country here in a couple of months. I'm saving up a lot of money for that sort of thing. Every little bit helps. All right. Including all of the ad revenue I skim off of you.
Gets an answer of like she needs to know everything of what's going on. But like
Poppy, that Poppy or some other Poppy? Sorry. There's too many Poppies in that sentence. Too much. All right. You're going to have to specify which Poppy you're talking about. There's only one Poppy that we're talking about today. And it is, It beggars description.
If you tell her it's anything involving a metamor, which, you know, I was trying to hide from her because she doesn't want to hear about it, and then makes the largest deal in the world about it if she does hear about it. And it's like, okay, well, I wasn't going to tell you about it, but you kept asking me.
Can I ask, what does it mean what does green light mean?
So that
Oh, Poppy the musician? No, this is not Poppy the musician. Poppy the musician has some pretty good shit, okay? But when it comes, oh, hey, Victor Burns. I'm just all over small streams these past few days, aren't I? Yeah. We were giving you a small round of applause earlier, Victor Burns, for the unbelievable radio voice you got, my guy. You sound like an actual sportscaster. Jesus Christ. But yeah, how's it going, my guy?
the way to describe it is like, I'm blanking on the word at the moment.
Are you
Poppy
like asking
blocked you
permission
finally?
for something, or
No.
Oh yeah, you know what? We did have I don't even know if I still have the tweet up on one of the 5 billion goddamn windows I have open. Nah. But we saw her response to you, but we didn't see exactly what you had asked her. Your mic sucks? What kind of mic do you have? Because it sounds pretty good in these earphones. Yeah, the interview is great. You did a really good job. Like, for someone that has 250 subscribers on YouTube, like, the audio quality is good, the production quality with the little avatar guy, you know, pretty good, dude. Well, if it isn't the drama streamer known as Sondsol, yes, so true. I asked if she wanted to come on and defend herself. It just goes to show, like, if you ask people stuff, then you, like, ask and thou shalt receive. Like, I never ask anyone anything, and that's probably to my own detriment, you know?
Oh, yeah. So it's kind of like if during a difficult conversation, someone would say like red light, that means that the conversation needs to like end right there because it's a bit too much. It's like too distressing or whatever.
It's a
If they
safety
say like
boundary.
yellow light, then it's like maybe proceed but with caution kind of thing. And then and a green light is like, I need, you know, maybe bring this up so that we can like talk about it kind of thing.
Like safe signal.
Well, yeah, no, Victor. See, that's something that I was saying at the very beginning of stream is like something that I usually mostly do politics, right? Because I'm a political science major. I just like talking about politics. I find minutia very interesting. But I personally hate Poppy and Xena. They've put out 3 hit pieces on me, right? So like much in the way that like when it comes to like far left or far right people that I can't stand at all. Sometimes I just like, I'm so curious. I just really want to know what's going on. Like, what is your actual real opinion on this? Because this doesn't feel like it could be your actual opinion. Like, I just want to like be alone in a locked, soundproof room where no one else can hear you. I just want to hear what the actual real opinion that you have is. And it's the same thing with this. Like, I want to know what I want to talk to Poppy. It'll never happen, right? Or the Liana Kurzner person. Like, it'll never happen. But like, it would be so unbelievably interesting to have a conversation. Do you really think that person you, or is this more of a trauma response, right? Also, you see F0, my friend. This is Chrono Trigger. Okay. Oh man, it would have been so Giga Chat if I could have just like reached down and grabbed my F0 copy. F0, someone down here. But yeah, like it would be so interesting to me just to like not like have like a hardcore debate, not to have some sort of like, you know, knockout drag out fight with someone on stream. Like obviously that would be content, you know. But what would be really interesting is just to have like a very, you know, human conversation and say, listen, I am reading this. I'm reading these DMs and you say they're out of context, but I haven't been presented with any extra context that you said that you could provide, right? Is there a reason for that? You don't have to pull it up right now, but what context would change, you know, the multiple hours here of you schizophrenically freaking out in the most pathetic way possible, like begging this person that you've known for 4 months to please don't break up with me. Please don't break up with me. Oh, actually, it's Penny here, and I'm a 12-year-old alter ego, and I don't want you to break up with Poppy because Poppy loves you a whole bunch. Actually, I'm Peppermint now, and I'm gonna f you good. Like, what context could change what I read in those messages? They keep saying they're going to drop the receipts that prove things. That it's been 2 weeks. I think they're trying to wait it out. Yeah, they're absolutely waiting it out. I keep on trying not to click off of the game because it keeps on making the whole screen black. But like, if you go to Poppy and Xena, that's right, their channel and none of their videos pop up in the first like 10 videos because everyone's with them. You go away. Like, if you notice, they put out 3 weeks ago. They really sound like they're addressing these allegations. 3 weeks ago, online less problem with SA culture comes home. Weaponization of my child. Transphobe, so-called leftist Kiwi farms. Then they're silent for like 2 weeks. And now they're just putting out political content again. This is called part 1. What was it that they said at the very end of this video, by the way? Didn't they say that, like, we're going to do a second?
I have a lawyer on retainer. Why we're not responding to people or doing any of that nonsense. This is our lives. This is drama. Like, it's drama in the sense of it's severe.
Oh, God. I forgot it. I forgot about the... Oh, man. I cannot believe they have so much reverb on their mics for a live stream. Bro, that shit cracks me up so goddamn much.
But it's our real lives. So, with that said, this is part 1. Part 2 will come out sooner than later. And yeah, I guess.
Do I have this shit on 0.75 speed? This is normal speed. What the is going on here, dude? I swear to God, like these people can't be real, dude.
We will see you in the next segment. All right. Take care.
Like, this was 2 weeks ago. Oh, well, this is, us putting out a hit piece on the child that I raised from birth. That was 3 weeks ago. Nothing since. And now they're just putting out random political content again. It's just insane. Real quick.
Signals in a conversation, basically. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Like, should I have asked for a green light? And then she's like, was that bad? No. Should he have asked for a green light? Probably, because I just woke up. Like, I don't know that she just woke up.
I don't know. Like, if that's the case, I don't know why you would ask for specific details of a plan then.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't tell her because it was like, it was going to happen and she didn't need to know. Okay. Like, she didn't even tell me about a whole girlfriend. Like, why do I need to tell her about every little interaction with people?
Mm-hmm.
How's it going, moist sack?
What was after all of this happened, like, and it looked like you were getting, from what it looked like she would let you sleep, like Poppy would let you sleep for like 3 hours and then immediately go back to texting you again, and it's like,
oh yeah,
is that accurate to say that you got very little, like,
yeah, I was getting very little sleep. Like, my normal bedtime, like I was saying, is like 2 or 3 p.m. and she was like trying to text me and doing, like, she was basically breaking into like important conversations at around 2 or 3 p.m. and then would like keep them up until like 4, sometimes 5 o'clock.
Can you imagine, like, I'm trying to think, have I dated a mentally ill girl? I mean, I guess technically I am right now, but she has OCD, not like BPD or something like that, right? I just can't imagine the amount of, I can't imagine for the life of me having to devote that amount of time every single day in, day out, 24/7 to how much, but like, I just can't imagine for the life of me, like, having to devote this much time, effort, emotional energy, psychic energy, everything going on in my psyche just to placate the feelings of someone that I've known for 4 months. I don't know, like, I have too much insight into like trans online. Okay, sorry, I had to reply to this dumb. Yeah, let me follow you on Twitter on my alt account, because my main one was banned because I gave someone very yeah, I think that it was useful, responsible gun ownership advice. Personally, I did tell them to not follow any of it. 1 second, let me just see where she is responding to you. There we go. Also, I love how Poppy is tweeting out like people's, like, I don't know if it's their legal first names or whatever, but they have these online personas. Everyone's calling you Poppy, but everyone knows your real name because it used to be part of your channel name. Like, you're just like telling everyone's names as if you wouldn't scream that people are doxing you if people called you Jessica, you know? Anyways, sorry.
Yeah. It would look like you guys would go 8-9 hours of content.
Also, Eli goes, from what I understand, I think Noey, I'm gonna call her Noey because No is just like not a good name. I'm sorry, No, if you end up seeing this, you can name yourself whatever you want. You can choose whatever name you want. We stand you, queen. But me, Noey is just, it rolls off the tongue so much easier. So I'm calling you Noey. Yeah, old hag Jessica. Also, like, again, let me just pull up the logs, because there's the old hag allegations are never going away. When you see the boomer selfies that this is sending to Noey. Oh, opened in the wrong window over here. Come on, there you go. Let's just do a sojourn straight down into hell here again. Like, these boomer ass, weird ass pictures with the soulless eyes staring up at you, dude. And there's another one, like, after all the emotional abuse. Where is it? Of course, it's going to be way far down here because they emotionally abuse her for like 17 straight goddamn hours. There it was. Like, not beating the boomer allegations when you're sending selfies like this. Leans into you. I missed you. I love you. Even after all of this, I just want to see your face. I'm sorry. It's comical. It's comical to me. My life. Did that really just happen? Kill me in a video game. Okay, let's just
conversation. It looked like a lot.
Yeah, it was exhausting. It was like literally exhausting every single day.
Did you ever just like put like was it Discord through phone or computer? Did you ever just put it on mute or anything of that sort to like get away from it?
Yeah.
And if so, like what was her reaction to that?
She would just get pissed.
It
She
was
would get
negative.
super angry, and then like super depressive, and then start talking like almost suicidal, and then she would like just keep.
Uh-oh. Victor Burns just saw the Victor Burns just saw the pregnant tiger shark. I think Victor Burns just saw the disgusting pregnant tiger shark.
Going in that kind of cycle.
Okay.
Dude.
Has she ever threatened to harm herself if you didn't do something that she asked you to do?
It's never been like a direct, like, if you don't do this, I will kill myself. Like, she's never that direct. But
I've literally never heard of that brand.
She will
Victor.
allude to it and being like, with the whole Amy situation where she was like, well, I had to take all the guns out of my house because I didn't feel safe, and like the things that she made me want to do, and that's your fault for not controlling her and stuff like that. And it's like she would make it sound like, you know, if I didn't do everything exactly correct, then she was going to kill herself because of this situation. Like, she never like directly would say it, but she would always allude to doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, it would be like, you're saying it would be like teasing it, basically.
Yeah, it's always like teasing it, and it's honestly, I don't believe she was ever suicidal. Okay. Like, I think it's.
You know what? I'm not going to pull that back up on my stream for TOS reasons, but just scroll slightly down. Scroll slightly down on Poppy's YouTube, dude. Don't say I didn't warn you, okay? You're not allowed to say I didn't warn you.
Just a threat.
Because it seemed like there was a direct like statement of, if you don't break up with this Amy person, I'm going
Yeah.
to do this kind of thing. Did
Well,
she
it
ever
was-
say
Someone
just
send this
directly,
man
like,
that
It,
I'm
porn.
going
it
to
was
do it?
more of like a you need to break up with her because she's the person who almost made me kill myself. Like, you need to do this because, like, if not, I don't know how I can handle myself. And like, if you don't do this, I don't know how I can keep going on without this. Like, it's never direct with her. Like, she's always really like vaguely like plays around with the idea of it, but it's like it still is along the lines of like, if you don't do this, I will kill myself.
Mm.
It's just in that much more like I can get away with being a little bit more.
Here, Victor, jump in. There's a Discord link in my description. Here, I'll go ahead and I will send you the tweet if you shoot me a DM. All right. Don't say I didn't warn you. It's actually one of the most like, and then I'm not, nobody spoil it. All right. You have to look at what the furry artist named the artwork. Cause that's what got the gorge rising in my throat. That's what was absolutely unbelievable to me, that someone decided to put pen to paper. Here, I'll keep my eye on my Discord to see if you join it, and then I'll DM it to you. All right, bud?
More vague and manipulative, if I say it this way.
During all of this, was there
There
ever
it is.
any I just want to make sure ahead of time. Was there ever any
Mhm.
attempt from her to, I don't know how big her platform was at the time, her and Zena's platform was at the time. Was there any attempt of hers to like weaponize her platform against you? Like her
No.
YouTube or anything during the relationship, at least?
Nope, she basically kept like all of that to herself. She was kind of pissy that I never joined her Discord community.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, like, no.
And again, the reason that she was mad that she didn't look at the Discord or join the Discord community is because Zena and Poppy have total control over the Discord server that they own, right? They can ban whoever they want. They can delete comments that they don't like. They can, they have all these people that look up to them there, right? So everything seems super hunky-dory, and they can, enact that kind of control over people once they join the Discord. Once they are in, bro, that GIF you just sent me, Jesus Christ, I'm locking my phone, bro. That's why they want them to join the Discord, because, oh man, if you join my Discord, then you'll get all these, really cool perks and all of that. But now you're in there and you're making friends, and we can kind of socially isolate you, and then we can all become Discord kittens together. Like, dude, I just don't understand. On one hand, I guess I don't understand why or how people are so unbelievably trusting. Now, Noey seems to at least have some kind of sense in that she never joined the Discord. Smart move. That's a dungeon. But like, I don't know why people think like, oh, this is probably a really good idea for me to do. I think that I'm going to join this Discord with people that are posting weird, not safe for work, furry art, and they're going to talk about all their sexual proclivities, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it just seems like such an unbelievably bad idea for your safety, for like your mental well-being. Like, most of the people that are in Discords like that should just log off of the internet, because it would be genuinely better for them as a human being. I'm not saying it just because like, oh, get off the internet because I don't like you. No, most of these people like genuinely do need to find some kind of real life connection with another human being in the real world that's not online. It can be hard, and it can be like, especially if you're like a trans person, especially if you're, a trans person, say like where I was born in Arkansas, right? If you live in Arkansas and you're a trans girl, it might be really hard to meet people in real life, right? But dog, the amount of risk in some of these, especially like super sex positive Discords where a bunch of trans people all meet together, right? Especially when it's centered around like a specific creator, right? That shit, it's just so worrying for like, especially the younger people there, you know? Chud Logic just followed me. Listen, Victor, you want to set up a conversation with Chud? He's got open DMs. I can put in a good word for you.
She was surprised at one point that I said I watched one of her videos because I was curious. So I just watched one of her videos, but otherwise, like, she never talked about any of that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. So you tell her, I don't know how many times you told her specifically. How many times did you tell her that you weren't interested in meeting at the hotel and everything after Christmas or whenever it was? Like how many times did you like, just base number? Like how many times did you tell her you weren't interested in meeting anymore?
I don't entirely know because I was very disassociative and it wasn't necessarily like me telling her. Like it was my headmate was the one that was basically like doing the whole breakup.
Okay.
But I don't know. It was like a while of me being like, just
wait a second.
go away, basically. Like,
oh my life.
We can't. We literally can't. I'm convinced that if Jesus Christ
fucking button kill me in a video game. Okay, we'll try and find where we were. My life, dude. I didn't catch that the first time I listened. Not chat replay. Is there transcript? Control F, headmate. Okay. Okay. There we go. I didn't catch this the first time I listened. If NoehFlake, if NoehFlake had or has DID or whatever offshoot version of it that they have, and the messages during the breakup were the headmate, allegedly. Sorry, I'm super skeptical about DID. I don't want to like shit on the NoehFlake person because they seem like pretty chill. I don't know much about them outside of this, but they were pretty chill in this conversation. So, but like, let's see here. We've got all this, all this, all this. Don't come down. Oh, okay. Hold on. I guess I guess I just didn't remember because they're doing the whole emoji. Don't come down. This is the headmate that's talking, and I didn't remember that. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I listen again. Like I've gotten a long time ago. I got into a fight with another ex streamer. I guess I don't even know what the fuck she is, but I got into a fight with her, and then she tried to accuse me of being ableist because she has DID. So I did some research into it, and based off of my reading of like studies and stuff, and the general scientific consensus, it is tenuous at best whether or not DID even exists in the first place. But I think that there are a bunch of other illnesses that can converge and give us what appears to be a dissociative identity disorder. And so I don't think that when people say that they have DID, that they're necessarily faking that there is some sort of dissociation going on, of course. What I doubt is when people like Poppy do this dumb bullshit where they're like, oh, well, I'm Penny right now. Oh, well, I'm Peppermint. I'm whatever. Like I'm switching line by line by line by line. That's not how DID works in literally anything that I've ever read, ever. Like, she's faking. I'm sorry. I know that NoehFlake was, almost said Noey again. I know that NoehFlake was being pretty careful about how she was wording everything. And I'm not saying that she's not, but I'm skeptical, dog. Just like look at the difference in how these talk, right? When they're on their DID grind set. Okay. Let me see here. Don't come down. This person's an absolute wreck from all of this, right? I don't think it's going to be possible. It's constant breaking stress on my mind and body. But then when we start seeing the DID alters from Poppy, it's like, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy. Uh-oh, I'm Pepper. I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy, I'm Poppy. And then where is it where they start like every line? Oh yeah, see, now we have whatever the this is. Now we have the strawberry. Now we have how far? Oh, we're just all talking as the child still, I guess. Fuck, there was one message that I lost my shit at because Poppy's just like writing out this paragraph and every like sentence and a half. Oh yeah, right here. Peppermint. Miss Haley, if we're being a nuisance, please let me know. We can go if you're like. I'm driving. Understood, Miss Haley. Oh, now I'm Pepper. Now I'm Poppy. Now I'm Pepper. Now I'm Peppermint. Now I'm Poppy again. Like, shut the up. This is you trying to like, again, it wasn't an emotional dogpile per se, but in whatever headcanon that they have about themselves, this is them using all of their alters to dogpile NoehFlake, okay? Yeah, it's DID cosplay. Like, it's like shadow clones. Naruto, you go into a fight thinking you're going to fight just Naruto, but suddenly there's like 18 Narutos and they're all naked girls with smoke over their titties. And you're like, whoa, I didn't know we were having a goon session all of a sudden. And then they just like kick your ass. That's what happened to NoehFlake. Like, it's unbelievable. Anyway, sorry, I'm going off on way too many tangents and we need to get through this.
Necessarily like me telling her.
Oh, wait, hold on, Victor. There's actually, what's super funny is all of the alters for Poppy start with a P, except for one, right? We got Poppy, we got Pepper, we got Peppermint, we've got Penny, and then we've got Sentinel. Sentinel, dude. Just naming your alter after a goddamn, not Led Zeppelin. What the fuck are their name? Oh, they're like my favorite band. I can see the album cover on my Judas Priest. Jesus Christ. Who the fuck is Sentinel? Well, Sentinel is the strong, quiet type, it seems, because I have not seen any messages from Sentinel up to this point. Yeah, those big metal things, that's me, true.
Like, it was my headmate was the one that was basically like doing the whole breakup.
Okay.
But I don't know. It was like a while of me being like, just go away, basically, like stop talking to me. I think.
Do you ever tell her directly, go away?
Muted her.
You ever tell her directly, go away? I don't want to speak with you anymore. Leave me alone.
I don't remember, honestly.
Okay.
Like, it was just a blur of many, many, many hours.
Right. So at some point she finally, I guess, breaks you down and you decide, okay, I'll still meet with you guys at the hotel. And
that
stuff,
was
right?
Zena. Like, we ended up talking to like Zena instead of Poppy.
You know what? I should have asked that. How much was Zena involved in this conversation between you and Poppy? Like, because there are some texts or some DMs or whatever between you and Zena.
Yeah, I think what happened was eventually
on the 21st at 1 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up like blocking Poppy eventually just to get her to shut up.
God, what a smart Giga Chad move.
Zena started messaging us and was like poking us about
the fixer.
like basically just guilt tripping us into going still because they spent money on the hotel room and whatever, and apparently they couldn't get a
No. Again, Victor, like I was saying earlier, like based off of like the things that I've read, I don't necessarily think that people who say that they have DID are necessarily lying. Again, there are a bunch of different it sucks to say mental illnesses or mental disorders because it makes it sound like I'm shitting on her. But like when it comes to DID, what it seems like to me, based off of my understanding and based off of everything that I've read, it seems like there are a bunch of different mental disorders and mental conditions that when all present, and most of these disorders come about as a result of trauma. I'm sure there's some medical term like, you know, like induced by trauma or whatever the fuck, right? But there's a bunch of different conditions that can all kind of present, like when they're all present together, presents as what we would call DID or OSDD or whatever the that doesn't necessarily mean that DID or OSDD exists. right? But the symptoms that we would associate with it do. It's just that there are a bunch of other things that are actually causing all like the manifestation of like I'm dissociating and I'm pretending to be someone else, you know? Be mute so she never switches again. True, dude. What a dream.
A refund at this point.
Well, that sounds like a them problem, honestly. But
Yeah, it was.
do you think that Poppy sent Xena to like get in contact with you to try to pull you back in?
I don't think Poppy sent Zena. Zena seems to do a lot of this shit on their own.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of times that Poppy will say and do stuff and like maybe might start relenting, and then Zena will absolutely like push from the background.
Okay.
So I think this was Zena was still trying to like do all this on their own.
Okay. And that looked like you guys were you two were talking for like 7 hours.
Yeah.
And then
it was a while.
Yeah, and then less than 5 hours later, you're back to talking to Poppy.
Yeah, I just unblocked her at that point because it's like, well, if I'm gonna meet up with them again, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm just looking at this, and it's like one line emoji,
Yep.
another line emoji, another line emoji, another line emoji, and
It's
it's
so
like,
Oh, trust me,
stupid,
and this is where I
dog.
also met Peppermint, like for the first time ever. Like they just showed up out of nowhere as a new alter, like literally that I'd never met before.
yeah, that makes me super
see, Sentinel.
suspicious. But
See, she said it right there.
Oh, trust me,
Hello? Why
this
aren't
is
you
where I
playing?
also met Peppermint, like for the first time
Oh,
ever.
sorry.
Like,
I
they
thought she said Sentinel right there. But Victor, you know what you should do? Because I don't know how much of this like particular drama that you have personally read, right? For me, I read through the first document that had NoehFlake on it, and I read the one from Spawn. If you could get a conversation with Spawn now that you've shown that you're good faith, that you can listen, that you're just going to get their side of the story, bro, if you could get a conversation with Spawn, I'm not saying that anyone else should ever contact Spawn, but like if they want to get their story out there and like talk about how their mom is a demon from hell, God, that would be super interesting to me. Not necessarily saying that people should like try and contact people involved with this. Obviously, that's not necessarily a good thing, depending on how you're doing it or whatever. But that would be so interesting to me. I wouldn't be able to do it in an unbiased manner on that one, though, you know? I actually gave an open invitation to Spawn. I wish I knew they were, because I would send a DM and ask them if they want to talk. Not a bunch, just one. Yeah. Like, I could have a conversation with Poppy and Xena. I could have a conversation with the Liana Kersner person and be like, I can leave my biases as much as I despise Poppy and Xena. Again, we have history, right? And as stupid as I think that video that the Liana Kersner person put out is, like, I can leave those biases behind, but like, bro, I would start getting like mad on Spawn's behalf, you know? Like, the other day when I was talking about the Spawn stuff, I was telling them that, or I was telling chat that I've worked in education. I've worked as a teacher. I've worked as special ed teacher, worked as tutors, special education. Not like special education implies that there's like mental illnesses or like something like that. Special education is in like we're like targeting kids who have low test scores and tutoring them every day. And some of these kids have told me about like abuse going on in their homes. And like some as young as like kindergarten, right? And they don't realize that they're telling me that they have abuse going on in their home. But they're, you know, it's like, my dad, he lives downtown now. My mom says that we're not allowed to see him. And so my mom has a new boyfriend and he's really mean to me and he hits my mom. Will you be my mom's boyfriend? Right? Like stuff like that. And like, that's a punch to the gut, right? That shit sucks. And there were certain parts of that Spawn document that so closely resembled that same kind of like, my mom doesn't love me. She loves the dog more than me. I wish that like I could just like have like a mom that would want to spend time with me, something like that. It just like me up. I know that if I like talk to the Spawn person, I couldn't like leave the biases behind.
showed up out of nowhere. It was a new alter, like literally that I'd never met before.
Yeah, that makes me that makes me super suspicious. But
Oh
that's,
yeah,
that's
no, that
yeah.
was super sus to me too.
Yeah, that makes me extremely suspicious about that. But so they come down. What was the date they came down exactly? Was it after Christmas?
No, it was before Christmas.
Before? It looks like the 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's literally because she posts here. She said she's 6 minutes away from your house, and all she keeps telling you to do is go home. So you're telling them still while they're in town, I don't want to see you. Correct? Am I right on that?
I did go. So I went over for like one night.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I got there in the evening, and then I left like the next day.
Okay.
And then yeah, like the whole time after I left, she was just texting me relentlessly, being like, "Please come back, please fix this, come back, fix this." And it's like, there's nothing to fix, it's over. And then she just kept saying, "Well, you need to fix this. This is your fault," and like that kind of shit. And then
Again, also, this is my advice to anyone who ever has someone do this insane shit to them. Like, please, please, please don't break up with me. Please, 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 please don't break up with me, please. Like, if someone's doing that shit to you, or if they pull the nuclear launch codes and they're like, I just don't know what I'm gonna do to myself if you don't, come talk to me. Like, if they're like doing the whole like suicide bait shit to like guilt you into being with them, bro, just do what I would do. Just send them a picture of a noose, say there are tutorials on YouTube on how to do it, and then block them. It is not your responsibility to deal with anyone's emotions, especially someone that's going to try to like threaten you with that shit. Like, I cannot for the life of me imagine being put in such a emotionally compromising position where someone that you care about is using that fact, the fact that you have feelings for them. And it doesn't have to be like, like you necessarily love them or something like that, but you care about their well-being, right? You had good times together or whatever like they're going to weaponize that against you. Bro, that person literally never gave a about you outside of what you could do for them. Send them the picture of the noose, give them, some very, very helpful, very useful, very gun safety conscious, gun ownership advice, and then tell them to ignore all of it. Like, you are never obligated to stay in a relationship with someone that you do not want to be in a relationship with. It doesn't matter what they say they're going to do to themselves, what they say they're going to do to you. It doesn't matter what they threaten you with or what they threaten themselves with or whatever the you are not obligated to stay in a relationship with anyone for any reason. Now, it might feel shitty based on whatever the circumstances are. Of course, like there's like everything is complicated when it comes to love and all that shit. But like, bro, never, ever, ever allow someone to put you in a position where you feel like you have to stay with them or they're going to kill themselves. It will be so much better for your mental health to just block and then never hear anything about them ever again. Even if in the moment it feels like that couldn't possibly be true. Right? I'm always going to care about them. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not always going to care about that person in the same way that you do now. At least. The feelings will pass. And especially if you never have to hear about that person again, it's just Schrodinger's ex-girlfriend. Send them the noose and walk away. Bro, it's just never let someone do that to you. I hate the idea of people doing that to someone, I knew a guy in school who stayed in a relationship for months because his GF kept threatening him with Sudoku. Yeah, no. I'd be sending them Sudoku packets every single day. Tips and tricks on how to beat Sudoku, okay? No, that shit, dude.
She was like posting through it on Twitter the whole time. And yeah, like
I don't want to go into too much like detail with the sex and everything, but I do want to know who initiated.
Her.
Okay.
She initiated everything.
Of course.
I was like so completely out of it that I basically was just like a body for most of that trip.
Yeah. Did you, to the best of your knowledge, Victor, did you make it absolutely clear that like you still had no interest in being in an actual relationship?
I mean, she at one
Before
point
she
said,
was sexually intimate with you.
she asked me if we could pretend that we were okay for the trip, like before.
Also, never ever like that shit's so funny to me. Like, I'm trying to think if it was a girl that I dated in high school, or if it was one of my friends. Like, this is a distant memory, but someone's girlfriend wanted to meet back up, and just for one night, let's pretend like nothing bad happened, right? Can we just pretend? It's like, no, what the are you talking about? No, I can't pretend like nothing happened. That's insane. That's crazy talk. I can't pretend that nothing happened. Well, you broke up with me, or I broke up with you, or whatever the happened. Like, bro, no, that's some cringe middle school, high school shit. And this woman is 43 years old. Please give me a break. There is literally no excuse for that kind of juvenile ass backwards kind of like, it's so fucking weird. Really quick, yesterday, and no, not Noey, no, is referencing it here. Does anybody know what document the correspondence between NoehFlake and Poppy was, where Poppy was talking about like, I'm going to be so disappointed if we don't get the multiple times. I just like want to come and suck all night long. And then evidently NoehFlake is saying, well, I mean, like, it would be nice to like go out and like get dinner, or like go swimming, or I don't know, like some kind of like fun activity besides having sex, seeing as I have no libido, as I am asexual. Yeah, but like, I just like really want to fuck you multiple times. Like, do y'all know which document that was in? One second. The Christmas visit. Concerning behavior before the visit. Let me see here. NoehFlake dumps and blocks Poppy. Aside, Poppy's BPD mega thread. The blowjob. Haley's DMs. Okay, this is the same that we had before. Damn, I wish I just knew, because I would love to see it like exactly the wording of how it worked, or of how they were talking about it, you know? Tipster can only dream of reaching. I don't know a lot about the tipster lord, not gonna lie. Are you like in the commentary side of YouTube? Because I have a couple of buddies over there, like Nicholas Diorio and Bunk Politics, I think is the YouTube name now. Bunk is a buddy of mine. But I game a lot. Gotcha. Yeah, like the commentary side of YouTube is interesting to say the least, but and it's entertaining for goddamn sure, but
beforehand. So that's like,
If
she
you could
literally asked me to
pretend?
pretend to be all right, and I was like, okay, I can try.
If you could, wait, hold on. If you could pretend?
Yeah, she literally asked me that before the trip.
that's
Okay.
a high school
All right, that's
I have
edgy
that
Shadow the
somewhere.
Hedgehog shit.
buried somewhere. I don't know.
if you want to send that to me, I'll absolutely highlight that.
I
when
will
can.
attempt to find it. There is
Okay.
I have so many screenshots, man.
Sure, absolutely. So everything physical happens. When did you let them know that you were basically, again, like for that umpteenth time, done with this, probably not coming back, et cetera, kind of stuff? And what was Poppy and Zena's reaction both? Did they what I'm trying to find out is, did they physically hold you like and not allow you to leave the hotel?
Bro,
I
this
mean,
is
she-
wild.
Like, I was grabbing everything and putting it away in my suitcase because like I had stuff kind of all over the place a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And she came over to the door and was like, they have one of those like the little half a walk-in closet thing right next to the door.
Yeah.
And she was like kind of still shouting at me and telling me to like, don't do this, like this is a problem between me and ZZ, like this doesn't have anything to do with you, and like whatever, because like ZZ wanted to basically go back home and like spend time with someone that like actually wanted to spend time with her for Christmas.
Uh-huh.
That's her words, or their words, sorry. Because
Oh, transphobic.
like Poppy had basically just been ignoring them like the entire time that we were there in the hotel room.
So her focus
They were
was
basically
basically
like
on
keeled
you.
over in bed, like in pain.
It is so funny to me that like the jokes about the, Zena in the cuck chair turned out to be so unbelievably and catastrophically true. Just like all the jokes that literally every single person made, you know, Poppy and No on the bed, you know, No ramming her cock down Poppy's throat, Zena in the cuck chair with a headache. Like, it was all true. It was literally true. It was not even a meme. It was actually what happened
the entire time. And I was like, Poppy, maybe you should like stop ignoring ZZ and like go and like pay attention to them because they're like in pain. And yeah, Poppy just kept ignoring them anyway. So
Yeesh. Okay.
so rough,
yeah,
dude.
so like they started arguing in the morning and like got into like a screaming match over like Zena wanting to go home.
And you were present for that.
And I was present. Like, I had already been away for several hours at that point, and I was like getting really hungry, and like I had to use the bathroom. Like, I was just annoyed and over it at that point because they just kept going.
Did you ever mention any of that to them? Like, I gotta bounce. Like, I'm starving. I gotta get out of here. Like
we were talking about getting food like before the argument started, and I think it was at like 9 a.m., like 7 or 8 a.m., something like that. Like somewhere between that amount of time, and like they were still arguing at like 2:40. Like, I remember, like, it was after, like, 2 o'clock, almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were still arguing over this, like, stupid plane ticket, and it's, like, they were, like, I guess the airport that Zena had even, like, looked at was 2 hours away anyway. Like, they weren't even gonna make it to the plane by that point anyway.
So they never asked you to, like, leave the room or whatever? It was like, hey, can we handle this without you kind of situation? I'm sorry kind of thing? They just let you sit there and witness this whole thing.
Like, I was just there in the room, and they just kept going back and forth with each other, and I was just like, all right, I'm done. And I just got up, and I started grabbing all my stuff and putting it away in a suitcase, and then I went for the door, and Poppy was like, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I can't deal with this. Like, I was like, y'all deal with your own thing. I'm like, if you guys are worried about money and all this shit, just go home together. It's like, just leave, just drive back home.
Yeah, that makes
like, it's
absolute sense
than a
to me.
goddamn plane ticket.
I would not want to be present for that either. Like, I don't want to be the third wheel in somebody's screaming match either.
Exactly.
Like,
from the Badusi.
Like, you know what? It was a financially smarter decision on like to send them back home together, because at that point, like, they're worried about spending the money on a plane ticket, and it's like, well, you might as well just drive back because like it's just the two of you. Just go.
So what was?
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So that's where she started. Like, she came over to me and she broke down on the ground and she grabbed a hold of my suitcase and like death gripped it and like wouldn't let go of like the suitcase, and that's why like I literally couldn't leave without my shit.
Yeah. So she was basically physically not necessarily like standing in front of the door, but she was trying to hold on to your stuff to keep you from leaving.
Yeah, like she was sitting next to it on the floor, like holding onto my suitcase, and like there wasn't a way for me to get it away from her. Like, I'm very weak, and she's bigger than me, so like, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you're running on no sleep and et cetera for however long.
Oh yeah, I was exhausted.
Yeah. So that's obviously going to take a toll. Yeah. How long was she like? How long was Poppy keeping you there? Like, how long would you say from the moment you said, I'm going to her grabbing the suitcase to you finally getting out of that hotel room and leaving? Like, how long of a time frame would you say that was?
God, that
to the best
like,
of your knowledge.
Me trying to leave was probably like an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours.
So almost 2 hours of her physically keeping you from leaving.
Like,
so
like holding onto my shit, crying, like not letting me go, like that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, it was probably like 2 hours.
Again, like it's just so far outside the realm of anything that I could imagine, like putting myself into. This idea that there's someone who's going to physically block me from leaving a room, hold my shit hostage, anything like that. Like, guys, you have to have some self-respect. Not to say that Noey doesn't, right? Because No, obviously wanted out of this, right? It was only when Poppy and Xena are sitting there emotionally running a train on her that she broke down and agreed to meet up again, right? But like, you gotta have some self-respect. If someone's going to treat you like this, if someone's going to treat you like Poppy and Xena treated her in DMs, never meet them in person. They are like they're going to kill you and wear your skin. Okay? These people are not normal. These people are not okay. You need to get the away from people like this. All right? I know people say that BPD pussy is amazing. BPD pussy is like out of this world. Get the out of there. And Poppy is 6'8". You know what? There's so much crazy shit with this that I'm not going to immediately discount that. Please. Okay, I was about to say, there's so much crazy shit with this stuff. I'm not going to discount anything out of hand. You can just show me the receipts, man. 6'2". Poppy's an inch taller on me, mogging me over there. Jesus.
Did ZZ ever tell her, hey, let go of her shit and let her go?
Nope. ZZ was in fact also trying to guilt trip me from the bed across the room the whole time in like the most creepy, calmly casual, like.
And I'm going to guilt trip you guys right now. There's 18 people watching on YouTube, 7 people watching on Kick. If you guys like my content, if you like my commentary over things, if you like me, or if you just think that I'm so goddamn pretty, please consider donating using the donation link that's in the description of the YouTube channel. We have the memberships back up. I got remonetized by YouTube because I was very good. We have the donations, or the what do you call them? Super chats. All of these things, very helpful to me. Again, I'm moving here in a couple of months across the country. I'm saving up every little bit for that. All of the money that I use or that I get from stream is going either towards groceries or straight into the moving fund. All right. It is a absolutely necessary move. We have no choice in the matter. So please, if you guys are feeling generous, if you like my content, or if you just like throwing money at very pretty, sexy dudes on the internet with long, luscious hair that he definitely uses conditioner in, please consider using that donation link. Thank you. I hate shilling.
Therapist way. It was bizarre, like snarky, and just wasn't necessary.
Yeesh, okay.
Yeah.
Like what was some of the stuff that she said? Like,
being
can you
like,
give
well,
me an
you
example?
came here to fix this. Like, we were here to fix our issues together, and like
self-lobotomy.
Zena was like,
Jesus
literally crying about
Christ.
wanting to leave and go back home and like spend time with people that cared about them and stuff like that. And like all of a sudden flipped a switch and was like, well, you came here to fix these things, and like trying to like Karen like side comment from like the bed, and it was like, I thought you were wanting to leave. Like, what are you doing?
So it was kind of a switch back and forth almost.
Yeah.
Like
it
from
just
let's
switched
get
back
out of
to,
here
like, guilt-tripping
to
me.
no, I want you to stay kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds insane. Like
It is. It literally was insane.
Yeah, that's like why I'm trying to wrap my head around it. All of it sounds so unhinged.
Well, in my mind too, like a visit like this is always something that is important in a relationship, because it's like it gives you a glimpse into like what living with this person might be like. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sorry, but getting like, God, it wasn't even like 14 hours worth of experience of like quote unquote living with Poppy. Was like, this is the most hell I've ever seen of any hell. Like it was terrible.
I couldn't imagine how insane it would be to be around both of them in a situation like that. How I think it was like a few days after you finally left that she started accusing you of I guess, for lack of a better word, sexually assaulting her. What was your initial reaction when you found out about that? Like, how did you find out about that?
So I had already started.
By the way, Victor, I don't know if anyone has like specifically said this to you, but you do have a talent for interviewing people. You are asking pretty good questions, all things considered. Like, you should consider doing way more of these for your content. It is genuinely, as someone that watches a lot of interviews, as someone that is likely going to need to gain those skills and improve on them in the near future, yeah, you have a pretty natural talent for that if you haven't like gone to school for journalism or something. These are good questions. So now we know Poppy physically held NoehFlake in a hotel room committing a crime. Wait, is that... Oh, I guess you could consider that like kidnapping or some shit like that, couldn't you? Just an old man who keeps my ears open. Yeah, no. This is something that like not a lot of people have a like an actual ability in, especially in like the YouTube space. The ability to have an actually decent question during an interview instead of just like doing the super cringe drama farming. That's a a needed skill in this space. But anyway, let me keep on listening. Oh wait, hold on. You said an actual crime. Would it be considered like kidnapping, or what would be the charge on that? Because I can't imagine that it would be legal to hold someone against their will in a room, even if it's like an emotional thing like that. Like domestic disturbance. I don't know, but
started I had already started messaging some of the other people that had like reached out after the breakup. Because I started getting like a lot of messages from different people being like, oh my God, I'm so glad that you're out of that situation, kind of thing. Like people were sending me messages all over the place. And I started hanging out with some of the people that had kind of like been exiled and like removed from her Discord community and stuff like that before, because they were like, they broke up with her or something along those lines, like that kind of thing. Like those people that were like excommunicadoed from her group. And some of them had started like asking questions and like reaching out about things, and that was like Milena and them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, Melena's like her ex, if I remember right.
Yeah, honestly, like seeing that she started accusing me of sexual assault was like, I kind of laughed, because it's like the asexual girl who didn't even initiate anything, like
the
assaulted you.
gall.
Like what? Like the fact that she claims that like as soon as I left, like she started having like crazy symptoms about assault and everything like that, is like she was literally like begging me to stay and like yelling and screaming like nothing had happened up until the time that I left. Like,
Wait, hold on. Again, like I haven't gone nearly as deep into this as a lot of people have. Did she say that she was having symptoms of assault? Symptoms of assault? Like actually. I just genuinely, I cannot put myself in the headspace of someone that is like a viewer of theirs, or like a friend of theirs, or a partner of theirs, one of their many Discord kittens. I cannot for the life of me put myself in the headspace where I listen to the words that they say and the things that they claim that they're experiencing, and then say, you know what? I think that Poppy was and Noey definitely willfully misled Poppy in order to get sweet poontang and to defile Poppy's like fresh vagina virginity. Like I couldn't. It's just mind-boggling.
She begged me to come back for like 8 or 9 hours or some bullshit until she finally left my state. Like, what do you mean she has assault symptoms? Like
she had to leave state lines,
yeah,
bro.
I was gonna say, somebody
she has abuser symptoms, sure, but like that's not like she doesn't sound like a assault victim. She was like trying to chase me down and make me come back.
Yeah. Just to be clear, she's not claiming. I don't think she's claiming it was a like a physical held down kind of thing. She's trying to say it's
no, but
by
like
deception.
that's what she claims that she has symptoms of
a physical like held down.
Yeah. The fact that she saved her new vagina virginity for NoehFlake, NoehFlake, and not her fiance is just, what the f, bruh? The disrespect. Yeah. And is Zena asexual too? Like, number one, I don't believe in the concept of like being a born again virgin. I'm not going to be one of the like crazy people in the world that like pretend like there is no emotional like connection to the moment that you lose your virginity, right? I don't think that it has like some mystical bearing on your soul. I don't think that it makes you a bad person if you lost your virginity in this way or that way, or at whatever age or whatever. I don't put that kind of importance on it, but there is a certain like personal importance that people put on their virginity, and there's probably some psychological reason for that I don't understand, because I only took Psych 101. Okay. But like the idea that you can become a born again virgin and it's going to have the same effect on you, it's going to have the same effect on you emotionally as like having a really bad sexual experience your first time. It's just, this is just another thing that Poppy can tack on to attack Noey or no for having the gall to break up with her. That's all it is. There's no other reason for it. It is simply, no me by deception, was abusive towards me, has like XYZ. Oh, and also, what's something else that I could accuse her of? Oh yeah, she stole my virginity. You're 42 years old. You have like 48 Discord kittens at your beck and call where you save their nudes into specified folders on your computer. Allegedly. You're not a virgin. You've had a lot of sex in your life. Shut the up. Yeah, no, 100%, Victor.
And like,
yeah,
okay.
She was saying like she's afraid, like she was having like night terrors and like couldn't handle the darkness anymore and stuff, and like she was describing like the physically being held down symptoms, and it's like
that makes
but
no
that,
sense.
you didn't even say that happened. Like,
yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah, nothing that she's said so far makes any sense.
Jeez. So what was your initial reaction to finding out that's what she was trying to say?
It's just strange. Like, it's so bizarre. Like, again, I keep describing it as like, it's weird reading about this horrible villain story that like has my name attached to it, but like has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, like she's literally took your picture and altered it with the word
no, she
rapist
didn't.
on it.
Her friend Annie Gale did. That was
somebody else did. Yeah, but she's posting it to.
Yeah, she keeps posting.
Oh wait, by the way, Victor, you should look into this Annie Gallagher person because evidently, actual pedophile, like podcaster or some shit that had a whole bunch of children in her Discord that was also home to like a load of people who were self-described minor attracted persons. That I think now, I qualifier here because there are so many different people in this drama. I might be getting this person mixed up, but I believe it is the Annie Gallagher person. Actually, you know what? We're on the internet right now. How do you spell Gallagher? Discord drama. I don't know. And it gave me Annie Gallagher. Let's see here. Or was this the Liana Kurz? Oh wait, you know what? I will DM someone really quick, and I will find the answer to see who actually was the pedophile that is trying to sweep for Poppy and Xena.
It around everywhere
To her platform.
She's super vain and like hates that. If you send her a picture, she basically claims it as hers forever. Yeah. Oh yeah. She's like super like into the weird like ultra dominant kink thing. Like she claims people entirely and stuff like that.
Okay.
And if you send her pictures, those pictures are hers forever. She's got a.
Yes. I think I found it right here. Annie Gallagher. Author of The Guardian Acorn, blog of trans, lesbian, feminist, writer, activist, and gamer Annie Gallagher. And my Discord server. And I'm being accused of some genuinely depraved stuff, such as grooming minors in my Discord server. Yeah, the over-under on this, or the, not over-under, whatever the phrase is. The 411 on that is that Annie Gallagher is a like ex-Gamergate person that had minor attracted persons, actual pedophiles in their server who were receiving nudes from children, and she knew about it and did nothing. Yes, it is. Here, I'll shoot you that DM because I didn't read it because again, there's just so much, and I don't have the patience to go through this much abuse stuff. It's just like too disgusting to me. So
Apparently, like folders of nudes of people like organized on her computer that people have like sent her from the past. Like she just holds on to all of it. Like she's like really creepy.
That's wow. That's disturbing.
That's disturbing.
Oh yeah.
Here, hold on. Let's go back just a bit because I was talking about the Annie Gallagher person.
So what was your initial reaction to?
God, sorry, this is Kick Chat, guys. In your opinion, is anyone involved here? Possibly a Fed, FBI, Mossad, etc. Everyone make fun of this guy. While I take this call. Hello. All right, sorry about that. Girlfriend has a sketchy walk from her place of work to her car through the parking lot. So I answer the phone while she's walking there.
Finding out that's what she was trying to say.
It's just strange. Like, it's so bizarre. Like, again, I keep describing it as like, it's weird reading about this horrible villain story that like has my name attached to it, but like has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, like she's literally took your picture and altered it with the word
Oh,
like.
no, her friend Annie Gale did. That was
Oh,
Annie
somebody
Gale.
else did. Yeah, but she's posting it to.
Yeah, she keeps posting it around everywhere.
To her platform.
She's like, she's super vain and like hates that. If you send her a picture, she basically claims it as hers forever. Yeah. Oh yeah. She's like super like into the weird like ultra dominant kink thing. Like she claims people entirely and stuff like that.
Okay.
And if you send her pictures, those pictures are hers forever. She's got apparently like folders of nudes of people like organized on her computer that people have like sent her from the past. Like she just holds on all of it.
Weird, bro.
Like she's like really creepy.
That's wow. That's disturbing. That's extremely disturbing.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of if there's anything else I need to ask about it. Has she tried to contact you since accusing you of that at all?
Yep. Oh,
yeah, guys, listen to this part. This part's
messages here and there being like, "Oh, I miss you so much. Like, I wish you would come back, and I wish you would fix this, and like stuff like that."
This is after she called you a rapist.
Oh yeah, no, like after months of her abuse, like doing a harassment campaign, calling me a rapist and everything, and she still sent me messages being like, "Man, I miss you so much."
Would you be willing to like? Are those like phone text messages?
Yeah.
Okay. Redacting information because I don't want to dox anybody or have anybody's dox or anything. Would you be willing to send those to me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that still. Hold on.
Okay.
I might have
like
deleted
just send those. Probably not here because I've got you
a
up.
text message somewhere.
If you're gonna send them here, that's fine. I'll just take you off the screen. I don't want to like dox a phone number or anything like that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see those because that would blow the whole like rapist accusation completely out of the water. She's contacting you after that.
Yeah, no, she literally did, and
because it looks like she's got accounts that are literally saying if you associate or talk to you, like she's going to block those people because they're, I guess, palling around with a rapist in her words. But it's like if she's still contacting you and trying to talk to you after the fact, like,
yeah,
wow.
Here, it's got some from like January too, but that's fine.
From January.
What's the not the latest, but when was the last time she contacted you? Like the last time she talked to you or tried to send you a message? What month or date or whatever?
It was the end of January.
The end of January.
Yeah.
That was end of January. Keep that in mind. Really quick, let's just look at the first Poppy document here and see when the accusations began. Good God. There's just so much. Okay, we're going to go to the second Poppy document, okay? From sexual assault to sexual assault by deception to sexual assault to what the How did I never see this one before? Bro, how did I not see this one before? This was her Christmas present to me, using me sexually then leaving. I deserved better than this. She me hard, then she left. The high school-esque like pictures, the sad furry in the shower, dude. It never gets old. 12/27, the 27th. The 27th. Oh, you guys, why is it not even showing to you guys? Oh, I know why it is. My life. Why is it showing this screen? This monitor? Yes. grandma got pumped and dumped. Like 12/27, the 27th of December, she's already accusing NoehFlake of sexual assaulting her. Assault wins the first time. I just want to see the first mention of. Okay, I guess we're considering. I mean, like, I would consider this one. Let's say that this one. Yeah, 29th of December. So for another month after she's publicly blasting NoehFlake as a rapist, she's still texting her saying, let's fix this, baby. Oh, baby, if we could just fix this one, we just have one problem. All right? And as soon as we fix that problem, we can be happy together. And I wonder if she, like, offered to delete any of the rapist accusations in response. Bro, check your Discord. Well, problem. Gay Fesh blocked me on Twitter, so let me copy and open a private window.
My kid had figured out that if they could just cry at the right decibel, apparently I just dissociate. In fact, we watched it happen several times, and this was done on purpose. And my kid had figured out that if they could just cry at the right decibel, apparently I just dissociate. In fact, we watched.
I can't see what the tweet before it was. No. Copy link. Is this the tweet before that? Paste and go. This one's going to be a he said, she said, but she literally told me in VC once, that kid, they're dead to me. Yeah, no, I think that Poppy is one of the literal most disgusting human beings I've ever. I have like literally zero tolerance, especially like, again, after working in the education field, in the multiple different roles that I worked in there, the idea of hearing a parent talk about their kid like that or treating their kid like that or anything like, you know, it's like genuinely some of the most disgusting shit I've ever heard in my entire life. I cannot for a second fathom. I cannot fathom talking about a child that way. All right. In this, like, oh, well, they're like trying to trigger me and, you know, this is my child and, they're crying. Your child, the one that you raised from birth after their mother died and you were their legal guardian for their entire life. And you're going to like start like claiming that this child was doing intentional psychic damage to you. Like the world would be a better place. Well, I can't say that on YouTube. I can't say that on YouTube, but it's actually despicable. And I don't say that about many people. There are a lot of people that I greatly hate for personal reasons. There are a lot of people that like, sorry, politics streamer. There are a lot of people that I like greatly dislike for their political takes, right? But like most of those people, I could like be civil with in a social setting, or I'm not gonna be like ultra aggro to people all the time, right? Someone who talks about their own child like this, no sympathy, like you deserve every bad thing that could possibly come your way. Holy shit.
Block her after that, so then she probably couldn't reach out to me anymore. There you go.
It's here. Yeah, that doesn't look okay.
Yeah.
Use me to gauge your affiliates. Do not contact me again. If you do, it will be considered harassment. So that's you on the right, correct?
That was from me, yeah. And
okay.
then
January 5th, 1:57 a.m.
Like,
Understood. Goodbye. Thank you for once again not taking any responsibility. January 5th. Also, you stole me money for plane ticket. 20 days later, I miss talking to you.
Yeah. She literally just kept trying. She tried to add, like, I didn't have her blocked on Discord either, and she tried to like add me at one point, like
I'm trying to get a day
months into her harassment campaign. Just
So so I'm comparing this. December 27th, she's accusing you of by deception.
Mm-hmm.
December 27th. December 28th. Tagging the Amy person in this.
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. All of this still going on about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then, ladies and gentlemen, still texting how do you say it? NoehFlake? Is that how you
It's
say
NoehFlake,
it?
yeah.
NoehFlake. Okay, like Snowflake, but NoehFlake. Okay. Still
Yep.
texting NoehFlake on January 25th at 11:16
Oh,
p.m.
here's this one.
To everyone watching, does this sound like someone who was actually assaulted? That's just unhinged behavior to me. I don't. Oh, there's more.
Of course,
Oh,
there's
this is
more.
22nd.
Here's,
There's
here you
always
go.
more.
From
You
from,
cannot
like, fucking March
escape.
14th, she sent me a friend request on Facebook.
Oh, this doesn't have a date on it, but March 14th.
It does when you like in the properties of it.
Oh, and the properties of it? I don't know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I saved it on the day, and it was on March 14th. It was when that one was saved. But yeah, like just
Unreal.
like she just kept like trying.
Oh, here's the can we at least pretend we're not for the
Yeah.
weekend? Because otherwise I don't know how to act. And you
Cringe.
said yes.
What is this YouTuber's name?
And
Victor
yeah.
Burns.
And then like she just
Go subscribe right now.
Imagine having to pretend
Or
that.
perish.
Good gosh, that's so insane to me. But
oh yeah.
so
like,
she's sending you friend requests in March.
oh yeah, like in March, like she was
That's-
still trying to reach out in any possible way that she could.
That's just knuckin' futz to me. Like,
Fucking
Oh.
futz.
and that was what when she tried to send you the friend request. That was the last you basically heard from her.
I think that's the last time I've ever like heard from her. Yeah.
Okay.
Like she constantly like looks at my Twitter thread and stuff, like my Twitter pages and stuff like that. Though, like she says that she doesn't because she has me blocked, quote unquote. But
Uh-huh.
like, I'll make posts and then like within a day she'll already have like a screenshot of something that I've said and like we'll post it on her own page and like start
Yeah.
laughing at it and stuff like that. And it's like,
Well, there's always the possibility somebody else is screenshotting for her. But yeah,
yeah, but she's
still,
so obsessive,
if you
like,
block somebody and you're posting other people's, still posting screenshots from them, that's
yeah.
still kind of unhinged. Like if they're not referring to you directly. Like I can understand if you're
Mhm.
referring to them directly and stuff, but if that's
Yeah.
not happening, then I don't. That's just stalker behavior to me.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think there's anything else I wanted to know about it. Do you have anything else like you wanted to say? Like if you could like say anything to them right now, like what would you say exactly?
Go the fuck away, like forever.
Clear as day. Don't talk about you. Don't associate with
Yeah.
you. Don't try to contact you anymore. You
Like
don't want
I
to hear
was
from
told
them.
that I could walk away, and so I did. And Poppy just went crazy.
So just hardline. You don't ever want to speak to them again.
God no, they're crazy people. Like they're like literally destructive. Like she shouldn't even be a therapist. Like she's so dangerous.
Right. Well, I appreciate you talking to me, NoehFlake.
Yeah.
I hope like nothing else comes from this. I hope that like they learn that lesson honestly and just leave you the hell alone at this point.
I don't think it'll happen, but
Probably not.
Yeah,
from
no
reading
shot.
about them, but we can only hope. So I'm gonna go ahead and if there's anything else you need to add, anything else?
no, that's all I got.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you talking to me. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Thanks for
All right, have a
clearing
good
things
stream.
up. I appreciate you coming to talk to me. And like I said, I hope everything goes well for you and you don't ever have to hear from these two unhinged people ever again.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Yeah. Thanks for talking to me and have a good one.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, ladies and gents, that was my conversation with NoehFlake, the person that Poppy from Poppy and Xena art was accusing of by deception in February, February, abuse through negligence, et cetera, consent violations, et cetera, while still attempting to contact these.
Oh, that's the screenshot. I didn't get to see that when I was listening to this before. Hold on. Let's see. Show me the screenshots. Actually, where the is there it is. Slow her down a little bit. Go back.
Violations, et cetera, while
January 5th, to gauge your feelings, you made me feel used and violated. Do not contact me again. If you do, it will be considered harassment. Understood. Goodbye, Haley. Thank you for once again for not taking any responsibility. Also, you still owe me money for the plane ticket. 20 days later. I miss talking to you, bro. Oh my God, they've. Oh, you sent it to me? Oh, thank you. Open. Okay, so she said this one was. What was the? Hold on. She had a. One sec. What was the date of the thing that she said? If you look at if I control F properties, March 14th. So
I don't. Oh, there's more.
Oh,
This was the 22nd.
Here you go. From like March 14th, she sent me a friend request on Facebook.
March 14th. Just over a month ago today. I say a month ago today. Just over a month ago today. That doesn't make any sense. But, bro, I have helped a friend who was in a physically abusive relationship before leave their house. And that guy stalked that girl for like a year, right? And it was never this blatant, okay? Like, and that was a physically abusive relationship. It was never this blatant, like sending another friend request like, oh, can we, I miss talking to you. This is crazy. I mean, like, I have an ex that I dated for a year and a half, 2 years, maybe. I don't even know how long we dated. It might have been 3 years. And she found very creative ways, and to this day has found very creative ways to try and find new ways to contact me, right? But that was a relationship that lasted 3 years. And, you know, you block, you know. But my ex never accused me of I mean, I don't want to talk to her, but so I do block her, but she never accused me of. So it's less weird. It's still a little weird, but it's less weird than this. This is someone who is accusing NoehFlake of and is consistently continuing to try and here, let's put them in like chronological order here. So this is can we at least pretend we're not for the weekend? Because otherwise I don't know how to act towards you. God, that is bro, that's some high school shit. A month after accusing her of I miss talking to you. How many months later? 4 months later? Sending a friend request on Facebook? I don't know, man. Press X to doubt that even Poppy thinks that she was right. I don't think Poppy thinks that she was right. Are we almost over this drama? I mean, I'm basically over this drama already. Again, like the only reason that I pull up this drama in the first place, because again, I usually like talking about politics and shit like that. Poppy and Xena, Sondsol. After the original big fight that I had with people over xenogenders. Oh wait, did they? Oh wait, that's right, because Zina and Poppy has been memed to death. It might be hard to find them. Well, here's nope. Oh, did they hide them again? They at one point hid all of these hit pieces they put on me. Have they re-hidden them? No, they didn't. So 3 hit pieces on me. This is why I hate them. Like smearing me as a like massive transphobe when again, I'm not transphobic. I love trans people. All right. They're great. They deserve respect, whatever. The thing that really bugs the fuck out of me, especially, is, you know, just the amount of time that they devoted on their streams and to putting on their YouTube channel, right? To slander me while also never, you know, even attempting to listen to to the words that I'm saying in good faith. That bugs the fuck out of me. But what really bugs the fuck out of me is like the repetition and promotion of this idea that I contacted CPS on, or that I like make a habit of contacting CPS on trans women who have children. Like, one, never happened. Two, never would happen. Not only would it not happen because I'm not going to contact CPS on someone simply for being trans. I'm not going to contact CPS on someone who I don't know anything about. I don't know what their name is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, you can just say anything on the internet and people just slurp it up. Yeah, this is why I dislike these people. I do have a bias. Also 4, against our community's rules, because they are like arguably child abusers, definitely, you know, like relationship abusers. We don't tolerate that sort of stuff over here on the Sondsol channel. But yeah, like I give all these qualifiers every single time that I talk about this, but I obviously have a bias against these people. Not only because after reading their stuff, I think they're genuinely subhuman, like disgusting, like unworthy of moral consideration people, right? Not even an ounce of consideration should go towards their well-being. But sorry, the flashing in my ADD completely killed my train of thought. Anyways, yeah, I can recognize that I have a bias here, and you should keep that in account when you're watching this. When you're watching me, when you're watching anyone that covers this stuff. But if you're going to like take that into consideration, and you should, as with anything, 100%, just go and read the documents yourself. This shit here is genuinely some of the most depraved, insane shit that I've ever seen in terms of like a romantic, like two romantic partners interacting with each other. I have seen literally like a physically abusive boyfriend, like in the way that he talks to his girlfriend at the time, right? I saw their text messages and I was disgusted, right? This is leagues worse. This is leagues worse. It doesn't hold a candle to the physical abuser, all right? And what's so despicable about all of this is that while we see actual examples of abuse, the tactic that they're using in order to hand wave everything away is to dilute the word abuse so unbelievably terribly, so unbelievably egregiously that, you know, breaking up with them is considered abuse. So if, you know, a perfectly normal, if breaking up with someone is abuse, literally every human being on the face of the earth that has ever been in a romantic relationship has been abused at some point. Because no one, like, or at least very few people, marry the first person that they ever date. Okay? So that means that we're all victims of abuse, which is insane. Breaking up with someone is not abuse. Having sex with someone and then breaking up with them is not abuse. It could be shitty. I don't think it was shitty in this situation, but it could be shitty. And and you know what? They have the right to have their feelings whatever way they want to have their feelings, or however they have their feelings. But to then try to Darvo this shit, right? And we looked up the definition of Darvo yesterday. We'll do it again real quick. Deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender, all right, is a tactic a person may use to deflect responsibility onto an individual they have abused. It is a form of manipulation a person may use to discredit a survivor's experience. So it would be like, what are you talking about? I didn't do that. And even if I did, you know, shut the fuck up, leave me alone. You know that I rarely do that type of thing, and honestly, it's harmless. Why are you getting so worked up about this? You're always on my case about something, right? Like this would be like, this is like level 1 out of 100 Darvo, okay? This is level 1 out of 100 Darvo, all right? Poppy's is like in the like upper 80s, lower 90s. Now, it didn't rise to the point of like, you know, physically attacking or anything like that, but we're on the like upper limits of Darvoing people right now, you know? She had more than enough ample warning to know that breakup was coming, so Poppy Darvo the out of NoehFlake. Yeah, 100%. I feel like a good definition of abuse is needless cruelty to someone who can't escape. So its very definition, breaking up, is the opposite of abuse. No, because you can use breaking up as an abuse tactic, right? Like, oh, you know what? I can't believe that you've done this to me. You know what? I'm just leaving, right? And you use like a breakup in order to control the person because they don't want to break up. And so you come back and then like maybe you like threaten to break up again and then you come back, right? Like you can use breaking up as an abuse tactic. So I wouldn't, I don't know if I could like come up with off the top of my head just instantly like that, a good definition of abuse. And I also don't think that abuse is needless cruelty to someone who can't escape. Like, part of abuse is making people feel like they either can't escape when they obviously can. Like, you can't just break up with someone and then go somewhere else. But part of abuse is isolating someone in some cases, or making someone feel like they can't escape, or making someone feel like they shouldn't want to escape, right? So they still could escape, but they feel like they shouldn't escape. Or they don't think that what's happening to them is abuse, because this is just what love is. Love is hard sometimes. You know, like abuse can take a million and one different forms. So like for me, like off the cuff, trying to think of a way to describe abuse is very difficult. And also, like, I'm not a therapist, right? Poppy was a therapist, which makes me feel like she was using some of that knowledge in order to abuse No and to abuse Spawn and to abuse XYZ, you know? So for instance, you could abuse me if I'm highly dependent on this job, but you can't abuse Sieg because he found the keys to escape your basement. Acts to force others to conceding to your desires. I think that that's probably, it's so much more broad, but I feel like that's probably a better definition. There's probably some things that we could think, but I don't care to, try it right now. I'll show you. Why Paul? I'm probably never going to watch a Lex Friedman podcast on my stream ever. All right, just letting you know. All right, is there anything? All right, listen. We're on the back half of stream, or not even the back half. We're on the back couple of seconds of stream here. Partly because I really have to pee, and partly because I've been holding it for the end of stream. So I'm going to hold it just a little bit longer because I love you guys. Because I want to tell you guys one more time, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please like the stream. We're still going to be here for a couple more minutes. All right. And if you guys want to, you know, send a couple of super chats my way, if you guys want to shoot me some Skrilla over the link in the Discord for the Stream Elements link, all right, all of that is totally acceptable to me. And honestly, if you don't send me anything, you know, if you don't super chat, if you don't become a member, if you don't send me anything over the PayPal link or whatever the f it is, you're honestly abusing me. And that's the definition that I'm going to run with right now. Let me see here. Actually, breaking up cannot be used. I don't know if abuse definition. Treat a person or animal with cruelty or violence. Yeah, I don't care about like hashing out the definition of abuse right now. I'm not gonna lie, guys. How did I get into politics? My family is, or at least before I was born and leading into like my very early life was very politically active. A couple of them got elected to not insignificant state level roles. Had connections with people who were at the national level and very well known. Then they got older and got out of that and continued to be political. Politics has always been there around me in my life, so I just have always been, at least semi-aware of what's going on in the world. And then, of course, like once the 2016 election happened, then everyone got hyper obsessed with politics 100% of the time. So yeah, that's how I got into politics. That's my origin story. Sondsol Huckabee Sanders, super true, super true. Check my DMs short meme. All right.
People are always telling me, Royce, you're a sexist. You only ever hire men. That's not true. I hire tons of women. Trans women. Why would I hire a woman with estrogen when I could hire one with testosterone? They're stronger, they're faster, they're smarter, they're hotter. Whoa, you're telling me I can hire someone who has the superior intelligence of a woman and the physical dominance of a man? Yeah, I'll take 6. Hell, I'll have the whole dozen. If you want a fighting chance in this day and age, your company needs to be at least 60% trans. Write that down.
Trans exclusive radical misogyny. We hate all women except trans women on this channel. Wait, or is that Tipster's channel? Sorry, that was a low blow. That was a low blow to Tipster when I don't even know the guy. Alrighty. Well, I do have to pee. I love you guys very much. This has been fun. Let me look at my work schedule. Let me let you guys know the next time that I'll be able to stream here. Probably Thursday. I'll probably be able to stream on Thursday. And it will be early and it will end early. Because I'm not going to be able to stream past like 3:30-ish. But let me see here. Okay, I'll answer like 2 more questions from Front Yard Shield, and if you guys want to like ask me any questions or like bring something up in YouTube, let me know. Do you have any thinker who influenced your political or philosophical development? There's the real answer and there's the gay answer. The gay answer is Vosh and Destiny. But the real answer is not really. The reason I say gay answer is Destiny and Vosh is because there are ways about thinking about politics that I had never done before. That had I not been exposed to them, I wouldn't have been able to like utilize those tools. But the real answer, the reason why it's not actually Destiny or Vosh is because once I gained those tools, I was actually able to actually able to like learn how to, it was like it compounded upon each other, right? So like once I learned how to do research for myself or a better thought process, it wasn't really their political ideas that spoke to me or their philosophical points that spoke to me. The thing that sent me over the edge was the thought processes that they had. And because I learned about, what parts about a question to be curious about, or what parts of a topic to be curious about, you can then like start doing research. And then once you realize, okay, I'm not actually learning that much, you learn how to do research. And then after you learn how to do research, you start like, it starts snowballing. And so like, I feel like after I learned what the tools were to think for myself and how to form my own opinion, yeah, like there's a huge conglomeration of people that I would say, but I don't think there's any one that I would point towards. I mean, like you could possibly say Bernie Sanders because he was like the first person that was like really talking hardcore about politics that pushed me into like socialism and stuff. or pushed me into like progressivism or whatever but yeah, really like the types of like the thought process I think is like the most important thing for me. Plug me one more time. I'm hungry for clout. Yeah, actually, like no, actually 100%. That's not your channel. Did I close out the tab? Let's see here. Victor, put your burns. Yo, everyone, I'm going to put this link in chat. Go follow this guy. He seems like a really cool dude. And Victor, if you are free on Thursday at some point, I don't know like what you do for work or whatever, but yeah, if you want to like have a conversation about this or just like have a fun, quick like 20-minute, 30-minute chat, hang out for a minute, let me know, all right? But yeah, there's his link. Go subscribe. He has 253 subscribers. He's gained 3 subscribers since the beginning of stream because I plugged him at the beginning and he had 250. Now he's 253. I want to see that number go up. All right. We need to get this guy to 500 by the end of the month. All right, losers. All right. Last question that I'm answering from Front Yard Shield. Aristotle, you mean like Aristotle, Ayn Rand, Nietzsche, Kierkegaard, serious political science and ethicists, not streamers. Again, that's why I said the gay answer and the real answer. The real answer is no. There is no one person that I would say that influenced my political or philosophical development. You could say Bernie Sanders because it like set me down the road, but like for the most part, everything that I have or like most of my opinions are very much self-formed to the point where like sometimes my family hates my political takes. So like I know like from a baseline morality point of view, like the morality that I grew up with as a kid probably influenced me a lot. My dad was a pastor. I probably learned a lot of like Christian ethics and shit like that. But like by and large, in terms of like any individual person, no, I can't think of a single one. There's a lot of people that I respect or used to have respect for that played into it, but yeah, I can't think of anyone that would be like the direct number one person. You're a Christian? I again, I'm like super agnostic. I don't know if there is a God or if there isn't a God, whatever. Anyways, this is boring to a lot of people that are here for drama. I love you guys a lot. This has been really fun. I think that goddammit Malcolm is streaming, and you guys
am I surmising that?
You guys would love goddammit Malcolm. So I'm going to also plug Malcolm because they're the only person that I see that is live right now. So go and watch him. He is super cool, super edgy, super based, super transphobic, super Nazi. Goddammit Malcolm. All right. You guys go over there, tell Malcolm that we said hi, and I will catch you guys on Thursday. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube or follow me on Kick. And, you know, we have the memberships on YouTube. We have the subscriptions on Kick. If you guys want to, you know, throw a couple of bucks my way, there are some nice little treats for you. You know, different emotes and different AI things that the editor can do for you. All right. I'm really bad at promoing. I love you guys very much.